Hello, everyone. I'm Tassenix, and welcome to a special edition in between Grand Arena streams. It's TB and chill time, where I sit back here with a beer, get all my TB missions done, answer all of your questions to the best of my ability, and when TB's done, we'll see where we are. If the conversation is hot, we keep on going. I'll probably play a different game, and if not, we'll wind things up. So, what's on your mind? Put some questions in the chat. Let's get things off to a strong start. Hey, Swugga Player, Roar, good to see you guys. Darth Saleya, fantastic. Always good to see you. Patrons and non-patrons alike. So yeah. So start putting in some questions, and I'm just going to get into some missions in the meantime. Been a interesting week, man. Definitely been looking forward to it. And my wife made me a killer steak this week. Just incredible. Oh, you unlocked GLAT the other day. Nice, Roar. That's a good one. Got any questions about Aurora? Wow. Got any questions about her, Aurora? There you go. You really got to enunciate all of that. Yeah, everything's going well. Thanks for asking. I mean, it's just been a busy week. Just dealing with some things that, they will pass. That's the important.
What he's trying to say, it's all Rangers' fault.
Oh, hey, you guys are wrapping up over there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did give Drive access to this channel, but I very much doubt he'll be staying up.
He passed out. Yeah, he passed out. Drunky Scribbles is done for the night, as is most of the people that are in that string, because we drink a lot.
Fair, you guys really did do your best.
Yeah.
Hey, Stinky, how's it going? Hey, Tass. Great Port, how you feeling about the upcoming 3v3? With the new Datacrons versus the old set, and are you thinking Stranger with more offense, or will you, using her more on offense, or will you place on defense? So, let's unpack that. How do I feel about the upcoming 3 versus 3? Yeah, I generally like 3 versus 3, so I'm warm to it. There's more board, which means I get to use more of the roster. The fight, the overall match is, it feels more interesting to me, so nothing changed. Yeah, that's right, Roar. You can hear the sexy voice of Ranger in the background.
That's right. We're here all night for you guys, playing those smooth, silky sounds that you guys need to enjoy your Friday night for some Star Wars Galaxy heroes.
Remind me of like the night DJ on the smooth jazz station as a kid. Very nice.
I apologize for eating. I need to get some carbs in me if I want to be hanging out with you homies tonight, because those Scribble streams, brother. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, no. Anytime I can't do that shit anymore, where you drink a bunch and then pass out and then you get to be like some type of human being in the morning. Those days are over.
Human?
That shit is dunzo.
Hello, lovely Darth Saleya.
But yeah, the new Datacrons versus the old set, as far as using some of the new Datacrons, there's maybe only a couple. Like, maybe a Bounty Hunter Cron with your Java team. And then, I don't know, maybe if you're feeling froggy, a couple of the different droid options, and I can't reveal more without revealing uh, somebody's proprietary thought. I don't want to. It's not mine to share, but there are things out there that might be worth trying. Really, though, if you just stick with a robust set 25, you'll be fine. That's
Great.
the one with all the role-based datacrons, crazy one.
Mhm.
Yeah, Greyport. I tried the Huyang Cron last week once. It's far from great. If you saw my final round of the season, I believe I fought one. And yeah, it just fell over. So, not crazy. Hey, Philip.
Well, now with set 25 still existing, there's no way. I think it'll be better moving after this set drops off, but no way.
Completely agree. Yeah, Philip Tuss says, you are listening to PNS Radio with your host, Ranger J.
That's right. Bringing you all those smooth, silky sounds with my fellow co-host, Tassenix, that sexy court jester from Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, making you feel good and clean on this Friday night as you get dirty. We're going to listen to all those wonderful sounds. Get your request in. Call 1-800. We don't give a shit.
Hey, can I ask, what was that game that had you all just saying, God only knows what, before I went live here?
What, the game we were playing on the stream?
Yeah.
Gardic Phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a fun little interactive game where there's lots of stuff you can do with that. So you basically, there's a few ways you can play that game. There's drawing or just, writing sentences. Like you create a story, like you write a sentence and the next person writes a sentence, right? It's like telephone, but it's just different ways of doing telephone. Like you draw a picture, then someone has to describe it, and then someone else describes what they just, draws what they describe, or you do a full mirror. There's a lot of fun stuff with it. It's just a fun little game to play and, just to have fun and see what people come up with. So I enjoy it immensely. I think it's a lot of fun.
Fair enough. Yes.
I think you would be good at that too. I think you would have a lot of fun with it.
I might. I saw it at first and I was like, I have no idea why they're all saying these things, but I'm going to go this way.
I think you would be really good at it, Tass.
Yeah. I might have a lot of fun with it.
I think you'd be good at it because you're quick on your feet. You think quick. I've heard you, when you're talking to folks. It's no different. You're just on your feet thinking of something. I think you'd be good at it. I think you would have a lot of fun making fun. Yeah, you don't take yourself seriously and just have a lot of fun.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. But yeah, Stinky, you were saying you got a new schedule at work, so hopefully you'll be able to get back to Friday night streams. Good, man. Good for you. Getting back to the latter part of your question, Greyport. Stranger more on offense, or will I place on defense? Almost certainly on defense. The question is that do you commit Starkiller to the team in 3 versus? Of course, it's at its most deadly with Starkiller in there, no question. But how much less are you going to take to fight it? If I were to put in Malicos and Maul alongside Stranger, what would you really do?
Pray.
So, I still think I'll probably set Starkiller most of the time with Stranger and on defense at that. But I always change stuff up. I'm changing stuff up every round. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing before I start scouting the person. I'm doing what I think the match dictates every time. So that frequently has me rotating things that I wasn't expecting to before I got into the work. Sorry, you were going to say, Ranger.
Well, it's hard with 3v3 because that first week is just such a clusterfuck, right? You're just sitting there going, what are these Necrons going to do? What's going to trip me up, right? And then you get to the second week and we kind of get a good handle on what's happening. So you might get lucky. Maybe you go 2-1, 3-0, but then, as you said, scouting, making adjustments, figuring out what's working on defense and offense with the current sets that you have available. That's where you really make your money, because that first week is just we're shooting blindly into the dark sometimes because we have no idea what's going to happen. Like for this last set 25, sure, we have a pretty good idea, but like at the near ones, You never know. One of them could be really disgusting and can trip you up where you're least expecting it. And those are the ones that usually can cost you matches in 3v3 or 5v5. Especially in Copper 1 and 2. Good God.
It's true. Yeah. We've hit a new like rash of erodiums recently, like starting at the beginning of last season, so basically the start of the year. And yeah, man, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So the good news about that is last season I had the most real opponents that I've probably had in a year.
That's true. Yeah.
So good, real fights. This is what I would prefer to have. Yeah, this is what it is.
I hate when you get erodiums because I'm like, hey, when my buddy's and he's not doing anything. Fuck. I get that message and it's like, oh.
Yeah, it is a little sad. Depressed Wampa says, seeing that Pirate King Honda might be a good counter for the Stranger, does the Pirate Team composition... Does the Pirate Team composition account for that counter or change that counter? Does this... Oh, does it...
I think he means, does that change anything? I think is what he's trying to think.
I don't know. But my guess is you're not going to take the risk. That's my point. If I decide that I want to keep my Star Killer separate to use with EP, to use with Seer Malicos, to do whatever, I'm willing to bet that if I put like something like Malicos and Maul, or Maul and Crew... Do you follow where I'm going? Maybe not Maul. Well,
we're gonna have the new Maul
with an attacker.
3v3, yeah.
With an attacker Datacron, you could use Sith Eternal, ignore stealth on Maul, right, and then link Maul and link Stranger. Yeah, maybe that's not that good. I feel like having 3 solid dark side attackers is kind of part of the recipe there. Anyway, I'm not saying I will do that division, but what I'm saying is it's possible. And I do question how much cheaper you're willing to go if you don't see Starkiller there.
That's the question, right? How low can you go?
Mm-hmm.
Could you use gas? I don't know.
That sounds gruesome.
I know. Well, I mean, if you have one of those insane attack rons, right, or tank rons, it's like... You know, or the Rex 5s and gas versus Stranger 3v3. I'm just saying, could be something.
Fair. Greyport says, I was going to see if Jedi Master Mace, Depa, and Temple Guard with Attacker Cron could handle the Stranger.
Oh, I like that.
So you would expect that, like in 5 versus 5, it works if Stranger is the weakest of the 3, right? If you're able to lock down Stranger and then just beat him to death, okay, cool.
Get the thing on him and then, it's just good thinking here from the chat.
Yeah, so some people had done this in 5 versus 5, but it only works the way that you want it to if Stranger's actually having the least life total, right?
Right.
We need him to get the handcuffs and then just beat him to death. Can't have him responding, taking turns.
Oh no.
Greyport says, I had good success. I locked Starkiller or Stranger down. I used 100% armor penetration and 130% crit damage and was able to kill Starkiller in 3 turns. It's nice. So you decided to focus Starkiller first and save Stranger for late. I mean, that depending on how the state of your cooldowns, I guess that kind of makes sense. Because you definitely don't want Starkiller to live long enough to do the chip drop. Yeah. And then once he can do his AoE after he has Unleashed, that's probably curtain.
You know, Task, I think your chat should be donating to your Patreon and stuff like that. Hey. So I think we should show Task some love tonight, guys. And I'm willing to come on camera and drink a shit ton of shoeys to get this man some good fun. So if you would like to see me suffer on Tassenix's behalf, then please hit those links. Come on, Patreons. He's got all that stuff. I will do the dirty if we can get some love from my boy Task here. So it's Friday night. We got to do it. He's one of the best players in GAC. He gives his time to everybody and helps everybody with their GAC and modding and stuff. So I'm cheap. Make the donation and I'll do the dirty stuff. I am very cheap. Yes. I don't know what your links are, so I'm just thinking.
I mean, sure. Yeah, I mean, you guys. Sure, I'll do them all here. Here's the link to my Discord. Here's the link to my Patreon. Link to the PayPal. Well, no, I don't have the PayPal link. I'm a Philistine.
He's not lurking. He's on vacation. Shut the fuck up, Swuggle player. God.
Yeah, we haven't seen Pills in a while, or Nomads. But, they show up when they show up. They're like a force of nature. You don't know when you expect them. They just show up.
Yeah. So let's not bring that into existence. I'm trying to be nice here, not die.
Yeah, fair. Let's see. Yeah, there's PayPal. Then what's the other one? Yeah, the Cash App. Now that one, there should be actually a link there. Hopefully. I doubt it. But anyway, none of this is necessary to ask questions, by the way. Ask questions immediately. But
sure.
Yeah. Appreciate you, though, for putting your liver on the line for the sake of, capitalistic gains.
Well, that's what you do for your homies. Hey. So if you guys want to see it, you want to see me drink nasty shit from a shoe and other nasty stuff, then just click those things. It
can also be in the form of Hype Train. It doesn't have to be
Hype Train counts. Every 2 levels, I'll drink something nasty for our good friend Task.
There we go.
You know,
we'll let Ranger negotiate down. In what ways and in what amounts he wants to sacrifice liver cells.
Well, they're all going to suck. So yeah,
that's his business.
That's right.
All right. Was there another question? Where are we at? Reds fan says, I placed Relic 10 on my GK. Negotiator's now 196 speed. Anakin ship at Relic 9 is 194. Then I made my Marauder have 178 plus 15 equals 193 speed. Ships are very important. Well, now that you have this lined up just so, what is it that you're using it to kill? Let's hear about that.
Good question.
The Sprizzle Task, what is your plan for Datacrons for Slacker now that the Special Forces Crown is gone? You're going to be shocked to learn that the idea is going to be an Attacker Crown with armor penetration, crit damage, and health.
Yeah.
You will be stunned, amazed, perhaps even aghast to learn.
Oh my god, I'm blown away right now.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want like a support cron or a tank cron on that test?
Yeah, sure? Turns out I like enjoying the ability to ignore taunts so long as I'm not debuffed. And I have multiple means of cleansing myself since Red is now back on the team, right? We've got yet another, that's like 3 total means on the same team of cleansing Slacker. All right, what is it that I'm doing?
I don't know. You've been doing TB or... You have any other plans for tonight there, Taz?
Oh, I have a lot of TB left. I was actually saying, like, what planet?
Oh, planet. I heard plans. I was like, I don't know what that meant.
All right. Yes, I'm with this one. Red Sand Negotiator can beat the Tarkin or Thrawn Empire with 5's Anakin Marauder in the starting lineup. You need very high damage. Okay, sure. Yeah. It is worth it. What I would definitely suggest you do is check your GAC history because your own intuition could be incorrect. Like, let's say it like this. A couple matches last season, I knew that an opponent was going to save Leviathan, Profundity, and Executor for offense. So I tried a couple of tricky things. Sometimes it worked, but a couple times it didn't. And this is all to say that if you're setting up Negotiator to be able to go after that fleet, thank you.
That's not what I'm owing for.
Yeah, if you're setting up to do that, man, people can get a 74 using their own, executor, whatever it is that they were reserving for whatever fleet you set. And if anything goes wrong with those counters, you're definitely not getting better banners. You might even fail. And so what I was going to say is check your Grand Arena history, at least from the last season, and see if you did this last season as a practice. I know you said you just got that Relic 10, but you might have been using this negotiator counter otherwise. See what your opponent's banners were against your defense, because they might be higher than you initially suspected. It was definitely that case for me. Now, hold on. I missed a bunch of stuff. Wolfman gifting 2 subs out. Appreciate you, Wolfman.
Yeah, we almost had a hype train started. That's why I was kind of breathing heavily there.
Oh man, that's incredible.
We came close. Big Deal did something. Wolfman did something, and it started saying,
I see it. Big Deal with the Prime sub. 8 months and counting. Thank you, man. Corey Spooner with the on a 3-stream watch streak. Appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, come on!
There it is. The hype train has begun.
That's cheating. That just can't pop up after the fact. You can't sit there and say it didn't happen and then it happens. Oh no.
Let me see about popping out Ranger. I'm gonna have to make him fit on just a corner of the screen instead of the whole thing. It's gonna be a little weird, but I'll figure out a way.
I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
Well, if we get to level 2, I'm in big trouble.
Oh boy. This is gonna be annoying if I do this.
Carefully, my friend, carefully.
Yeah, that's butts. I don't know. I'll have to figure this out. Hold on. Let's work on this for a second.
You can make me smaller, bro.
Turn to Discord. No. I have to integrate you into the scene, because otherwise it's just gonna drive me crazy. So
make me smaller. Yeah, make me a little smaller. It's okay. They can still see me drink the nasty stuff. And Stinky, yes, I do wash the shoe repeatedly.
There you are, guest 1. Now
fuck you, Stinky. I don't like you anymore. I lied. I never washed the shoe. I drink just straight up nastiness.
God, yes.
All right.
I know that is.
God damn it. Okay. I had to. All right, Tass, you're my friend and stuff. Do you want me to do the Fernet, or are we doing shoeies on these?
Honestly, this is basically a charity stream for my benefit. So the liver cells could be sacrificed in a timed manner and volume of your choosing. So don't make me pick your poison, is what I'm saying.
All right, I'm going to do some Fernet because if I drink any more Fosters tonight, I'm going to throw something.
Fair. Yeah, see?
They're both awful.
A winner there.
Yeah, well, not me. They're both awful. God, I can smell this shit already. Oh, so bad.
Okay, so let's try this. Good. That's close. We're getting there. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Fernet. A bitter from Italia. Oh, there's the top of my head. There's my one of my Mando helmets.
I'm going to get this right. It's going to take some time, people.
That's what she said.
First of all, zero the rest of these out.
Well, it's that Muppet's fault that for the last 6 years, I've been doing the Foster's shoeies.
900. No, that's not it. 800? Sure, we'll call it that.
And then?
Okay, that's about it. So about something like 450. That works. Cut the top by about what? 100, 150. And then the bottom by 100. Now that is a square on Ranger, and now I just adjust everything else.
I know we're good.
No, that's not what I wanted you to do. Thank you.
Go on.
Just the frame, please.
Yes.
There you are. Your face.
Great for it. No one puts Ranger in a corner. Nobody puts Baby in a corner. Jesus Christ.
That's the Baby Ranger meme was born.
Oh, God. I had the time of my life. Well, we got less than 2 minutes, so if we don't get to level 4, then I'm only going to do one shot at there for Natty. All right.
Okay. Well, now you've got him on screen.
All right, here we go. This is for Nat. All right,
Gruesome.
for my good friend Taz. That's right. I'm going to be very sad in a moment. So 3, 2, 1.
Cheers to you. All right.
That's so bad. Well, if you want to see some more of that, you got a minute left to get us to level 4. Unless you go to the other versions of his PayPal and stuff.
Sure, any of these.
God. Any of those count. Oh, God, we're just on the hype train right now. Oh, God.
This one. Reds fan asked, I got the IG-88 level 9 Datacron. Any elite team comps for 3 versus 3 that might use this? Not really, dude. I mean,
No.
not for the level 9 anyway. If you've got the stacking offense up to 300% level 3, and then maybe ideally like lots of health, maybe a little crit damage, then it could be a, Javacron if you did not otherwise want to use that support cron.
You're welcome, Sogo player. I'm dying.
That's right. Thanks for what you do, Ranger. Indeed. Where's the chaser? Shuey, says Stinky. Damn.
You suck my ass. Oh, that's just evil.
Really
but it looks
is.
like the hype train's going to die. Well, gosh darn
hey,
it.
I
You're just going to
appreciate
go to his
it, guys.
PayPal.
Any
That's right.
hype
You're gonna have to go to his
train is
PayPal now.
incredible. And so,
That's
wow,
right.
yeah, it's a level 3. That's okay. That is very appreciated, guys. Thank you so much. I was supposed to change hats.
Oh.
That's what I said.
Oh, really? Which hat are you going with? I mean, I love the mall hat because I did the mall for the cosplay for the charity.
True.
So.
Oh, that's the one we started with. We can't go with that. I've been wearing the Fez the last couple of.
Hey,
with the top.
The Fez plays. Yeah, the Fez plays, man.
No. We've been going with that the last couple of episodes, so it's top hat time.
Oh, top hat. That's even better. There you go.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
There we go. That's nice. I like that. Yeah.
That should be correct. There we go. That's got you back on. I think.
That's all right.
Why don't I?
Oh, that aftertaste, brother. I can tell you it's not good.
Yes.
I agree, Stinky. That's very Guns N' Roses.
Ooh, this would be a great one. Bitch. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him dead.
Command you to stop surviving. Okay.
Almost there. Just a little further.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Now, for my next trick, I shall kill you. Waiting for hype level 10 for the original hat. It sits up in the shelf above, behind me, on the bookcase. It's there. It is there.
Oh,
Keep those questions coming in, people. Thank you.
of course, we'll get a bit more. Hit the Patreon, hit the PayPal. If you do, say something in chat, and unless you have alerts for that. But if not, then let him know, and then I will do the nasty.
I mean, certainly I'll end up getting like a buzz on my phone or something for something like that. So
Sure. I don't know how you have set up, so I'm just
yeah, yeah. No, that's a fair question. All right, this is a fun fight. You also got the Hu Yang level 9 Datacron. Which level 6 works best? Defense to offense, so Hu Yang hits way harder? Yeah, that's probably fine. But again, that'll probably be at a halfway decent cron to use next when we come back to not this 3 versus 3, but the next 3 versus 3, when set 25 is gone, then maybe that Hu Yang cron has a role. We'll have another new Datacron set by then, so who's to say? But yeah, if you are going with that, probably yes. That level 6 is fine. You still want to have the 25% turn meter to ward off opponents using Great Mothers.
Great.
Good question. Keep them coming.
Go to hell, Candrace. You go to hell and you die.
Any questions that you've been looking, or any crowns that you've been looking forward to here for the new?
I mean, we kind of talked it on my stream the other day. We were talking on my stream. I did the Hu Yang one, right?
Yeah.
I really like C3PO one because of that 25% turn meter, and then you can get the additional turn meter. Or really sorry, good. You get 25 to start off with, and then when he does a basic, you get the additional 25%. I think it's going to make CLS really good. Go armor pen, whatever you want to do, but it'll be really good. That one for sure. I'm actually going to do a few bounty hunter crons because I think Dad Bod Bubba Fett, the new Asajj and Fennec will be a fun one moving forward. That I think that will be a fun team. I did one for Zuckuss because I really like that one for a 3-man team with Zam on that cron. And then was there any other ones? I'm trying to think. No, I think just those are the main ones I was kind of looking at. Let me make sure I'm not losing my mind. Mm-hmm. Yeah. C3PO.
Usual, yeah.
Yeah, Zuckuss, Hu Yang, and Fennec were the 4 that I was only looking at. Outside of that, I'm gonna do some 3 bounty hunter crons. One for Jabba too. I'm just gonna do one with great stats with the level 3 and 6. I think that'll make Jabba really, really, really nice.
What 3 are you wanting to go with?
I'm still kind of debating that one. I mean, I like the level 3, stacking offense, and then I'm still debating, do I go health and protection? They deal 100% more damage on their turn, right? Or the other long level 6. I haven't decided on that one yet. But I mean, potency with all the armor pen and stuff on that cron could be really nasty with stacking offense and that extra damage in the opening hit, or you let it stack, that kind of thing. Not sure yet, but I think that's going to be a fun one to put on Jabba.
Fair. I like it.
The rest are just going to be stats. Level 3s and 6s and stats. I'm not doing. I mean, I'll get like 15 of them, but they're just going to be level 8s, so there's not a lot. I mean, I'm still trying to be a little bit smart about, I'm getting ready for this next round. I got to see how they're going to do this with these FDCs and then one conquest to take care of them. What are they going to look like? What are the stats going to be? Are they going to be level 9, 15? How much resources are we going to have to invest in with one conquest to basically get those done? Just being honest, being a little nervous. Got a little pee coming out of me, not going to lie.
My advice would be to focus on having 2 or 3 cron well re-rolled. Like getting 369 isn't so tough, but getting the right stats is back to being, a normal feat.
Right.
So probably consider that you're not really going to be needing more than something like 10 or maybe up to 12 crons per set going forward for a full Kyber 1 3 versus 3 board, right?
Right. Agree.
So you don't have to go anywhere near as wide. And that's not inclusive of focus datacrons, which you're not always using, but depending on the meta, they can really define the meta. So, they're a factor.
Yeah. What would be a good third for a Zuckuss and Forlom? I'm gonna go Zam. I think she would be great in 3v3 with those two. That's kind of what I was thinking. I told this to Tass the other day.
It would almost have to be Zam, but the thing is, guys, I think that you're not really gonna find that maybe with the, I don't want to naysay it because the new Datacron might do something. I don't recall immediately what the Zuckuss thing does, but let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say that it's going to be a slapper. And if it was, I think Zam's probably a great way to go because especially now this is also talking about if you put the effort into mod her halfway decently because her stat share is pretty outrageous. Otherwise, she's kind of a lump. So, and this is also assuming you've got the Omicron on. So if you don't have kind of those two things in line with her, then I don't know. I don't know that there would be a comp really worth setting otherwise. It also depends where you are in the game.
Yeah, I do have that, and I do have her modded and stuff. Did I say AP? I should have said crit damage, but potency on that, and crit damage for the Kron. Yeah. It's been a long night, TJ. Holy moly guacamole.
Yeah, I think I had Ranger's volume up an extra 100% on my end. Let me turn it down a little bit more. You're saying he's way louder than I am, so let's see if that adjustment helps. Appreciate you letting me know. All right, that should work.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the heads up, Vorius. What's the best Stranger comp for defense if I keep Starkiller for Seer offense team? My guess is Stranger, Barris, and Mara Jade. I mean, if you're keeping Starkiller, so what you don't want to do is set a composition that's easily destroyed by Sith Eternal, right? If you set, you know, what did you have there? Mara Jade? Yeah, Barris and Stranger. So now I'm just going to link Mara Jade and Stranger, and then what?
You have no damage.
Yeah, so they can't critically strike you now. And sure, maybe you're saying this is C with Bane. Fine, whatever. The point is why would you want to set the composition that would make it easy for them? If you're not setting like 3, you're either setting Stranger with Starkiller and then some other Dasufu, preferably a tank. Or you could, commit to Maul or Malicos, but the point is that, you've already got a really dangerous threat with just the pair. And then, yeah, you throw in someone else. But if you're going to keep Starkiller, it really should be 3 picking Dark Side, Dasufus. Your Malicos Starkiller is too useful for raid comps. Yeah, that would be very tough to give up. I definitely feel where you're coming from on that. That's actually part of the reason why I decided to Relic 10 my Malicos, because it pushed him to a stat threshold that I'm really delighted with. I'll show you guys here in a minute.
He showed me on my stream the other day. I was like, okay, that's insane. Yeah, that's crazy stats.
He's a bad lad. Dangerous.
He's very bad.
How do you determine what Datacron is going to work best? Well, you usually just go in with what your understanding is from reading them before Grand Arena starts. Some people will test in Squad Arena and try to infer from that. I've never been a fan of that because I think the results vary too greatly. That being said, you'll know for a fact that set 25 is probably going to continue to dominate just because of how comparatively overpowered it is. Everything else. That's what I'm trying to figure out, says Reds fan. I'm trying how to use Stranger if I use Starkiller with Seer. Right, it needs to be like Maul Malicos or something, dude. Like, I know you say you want to save like Seer, Malicos, Starkiller. I get that. But what I'm telling you is that if you're trying to set something that isn't just junk for Sith Eternal to just gobble up and lick his fingers clean, you're going to have to make some other commitment. Otherwise, you might as well just save it for offense. You could use a Junker Stranger team to get perfect banners on something. I believe in that. You could absolutely do like Stranger, Crew, and RJ, like what you said, right? Because remember, you were saying Xeris a minute ago. The Stranger unique in 3 vs 3 specifically says it needs 2 Dark Side Unaligned Force use. So you can't treat it the same. It needs to be 2 Desufus. So your hands are a bit more tied there.
Yeah, I agree with TJ in the chat. Like, you could go, I'm just throwing anything out there, Seer, Poncho Cal, and Malicos, and still do good work, right? And still have some dynamite stuff that you can put on defense if you really wanted to go hard on it. You know?
I think that using Tier Malicos Star Killer is maybe more necessary if and only if you're going after like Ray, Swolo, Exile, Ezra. And not even then. I mean, I think you can probably do it with the Attacker Crown with just Malicos. I believe in that, honestly. So, yeah. I would definitely not plan to have my Star Killer mostly running with Seer this coming season.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion from TJ. He says the Sokatana Fulcrum with Seer is amazing. Yeah, I agree.
Great choice. Yeah, it is.
She hits freaking hard, man.
It does. Philip says, I like Balin and Shin with Stranger. Prevents revives, keeps Seer good with the full crew. Is anti-revive a clause? Oh, you're talking about not setting Stranger as the lead? That I'm not. I'm not. Well, first of all, he's not even a mercenary, right?
Right.
And for him to so let's assume that you're talking about Stranger's lead. Otherwise, it really wouldn't make sense because he will transform them into acolytes, and then you've got a team. Like they can't transform him into a mercenary. So, assuming that that's what you meant, sure, that fulfills the conditions that I meant. You wanted to not have Starkiller in there, but you still wanted to have 2 Desufu attackers. Sure. You find yourself not really using Balin a lot. Balin is usually a security blanket for me on offense in 3 vs 3 because on occasion I might have the odd opponent that'll set like JMK Cat or JMK Cat Exile Ezra in the back. Something that there are very few clean ways to deal with that. And hilariously enough, Balin is generally one of them, especially right now with like that Boba focus Datacron. That's more like a 5 vs 5 thing. But the stats in 3 vs 3 are great for that team. Yeah, no, Philip. Yeah, it's Balin's leadership that grants all of his mercenary allies permakill. Yeah. No worries, man. Yeah, it's good to get this stuff straightened out now. Definitely go check the Stranger, because I'm pretty sure it says that he's what? He's needing 2 Desufu allies in 3 vs 3, so you don't have the latitude to use, you know, OG Cal, Xeris, none of that. How's the sound difference between me and Ranger sounding now, guys? Let me know. And keep the questions coming. You guys are throwing some good ones out here.
That's what she said.
Yeah, there you go, Great Boy. Yeah, that's okay. Love how brutal Gungans are to this.
Gungans are just brutal in general. I love using them against Java as much as I can because it's just like, all right, clean kill.
Feels like cheating.
I know, right? They're so good.
Really are.
Don't worry, guys.
Oh, shit.
A random dagger
AFC
appears.
Championship games. We can talk about pitchers and catchers reporting in like a month and a half.
I'm ready.
An NBA All-Star game coming up. USA versus the world. Not kidding. That's the game this year.
We got football championship Sunday. We've got the Super Bowl around the corner. It's a great time to be alive.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is a good time to be a sports fan.
There you go.
I love the sports ball.
Yep. It's a great distraction from all the shit in your real life, regardless of what you're doing.
Okay, good. I'm glad the sounds more balanced. Should Relic Delta penalties be increased? I think 5 to 10% barely matters. I think that this is coming from somebody that is not personally affected by it in any way, shape, or form. I think you shut the hell up. Because people are going to cry and scream. Because the thing is I largely agree. Like, from what I hear, until you're talking about like 4+, Relic Delta 4+, it feels very manageable. That's the scuttlebutt. That's what I've heard on the streets.
Well, them streets are wrong.
Well, also keep in mind that it doesn't mean anything now, but I do expect them to be rolling out R11 a lot sooner than it took them to roll out R10 from R9. Great. I was telling Tass that I expect R11 at the end of this year, maybe early next year, like a year from now. So within like the next calendar year from now, I do expect Relic 11, and I do expect Relic Delta to start mattering once we get like Relic 11, Relic 12. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like much now. Just wait till we actually get more relics.
Well, the reason I tested this shit. So the reason I know this is my big thing that I wanted that Relic Delta to be smaller is because they are shitting the bed when it comes to relic material with Flawless and other stuff that makes Relic 7 to 9 really difficult for a lot of folks. Even if you're farming it religiously, the drop rate on Flawless and the green signal data is really bad. Yes, they've done some things, but it goes by quick when you're doing 50 on each of those from Relic 7 to 9, and the drop rate is not good enough for that to be increased. Now, if they increase, as you said, Relic 11, sure, that's a part of it, right? But I didn't want 3 or less to be such a pain in the ass, and so what they originally had when we were testing it to be such a just a ridiculous amount of damage and all the stuff that they had. Like, no, that's ridiculous, So if they want to increase the economy and give us more of that, which they're not going to do because we're talking straight cash homie, then no, I don't want it to be increased.
Well, right now the biggest bottleneck is signal data for most mid to end game players, and I think that's more than reasonable. And I only say that so far as and I only say that because I think it's one of the least toxic bottlenecks that is one of the cheapest to solve if you're willing to spend. They could have made it like Electrum conductors. Have fun buying those. You know what I mean? Like, at least the one that they picked, you can buy for crystals and weekly. They have a pretty reasonable pack that comes out about once a month for it. I'm not saying the world's perfect. I'm just saying, like, they could have picked almost anything to be their bottleneck, and at least they picked signal data.
Yeah, Reds fan says, a Relic 8 team should demolish a Relic 5 team, in my opinion. I think that, like, if you were saying, irrespective of whether or not, like, I'm fighting into a team where your mechanics generally favor you beating me, I think that delta gap should be, like, 5. Like, if you're saying all Relic 8 team is fighting a Relic 3 team, and your team has, like, way better mechanics for fighting me, tough shit. I've got 5 relics of delta on you. I'm just steamrolling you. That seems like the appropriate amount of, fuck you, get off my plane. For a Relic Delta gap. But if it's less than that, I feel like mechanics should still matter. Not necessarily make it a dunk or anything, but matter? Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard Phoenix is timing out versus Riva and TW around Relic Delta 5. Relic Delta 4 is still marginally doable if you're well modded and prepared.
That's fine.
Yeah, there's some exceptions, like, the Resistance team, the Phoenix team versus, like, Inquisitors. There are some because of mechanics. I don't have a problem with that, but it's like, trust me, how bad would it be with the current economy as it's set if we had the original stuff that we had from Relic Delta in the game? Oh my God. So yeah, I think it's pretty well balanced. I think it's pretty good. There's more to come, so we need to see. I think CG needs to be proactive with this. with with Relic Delta, seeing what's playing out. But yeah,
I will say that I would have liked to have seen, how do I phrase this? I would have liked to have seen a 10% Relic Delta for 1 and 2 Relic levels, because I feel like there is no actual punishment for being 1 Relic level behind. I don't feel like 5% is anything. 10% is something. I get why they did it. I'm just saying, like, that's the only change I think I would even consider making, because I think they ended up in like a reasonable spot. I would
let me ask you if
maybe
this strikes you.
and 10%.
Sorry, what was that?
So maybe 7% for 1 Relic and then 10% for 2. I don't know.
So I can agree with your sentiment that Relic Delta 1-2 doesn't feel like it's much, if anything, at all. But if I had to articulate what I would want, like, Delta 1 and 2 to look like, I want it to be edge cases, don't break your way. That's kind of how I feel it should be. Like, those first couple ones is like all the little things where, yeah, you only need to be a little lucky. Maybe only a some of the time to get this right. Well, guess what? You don't actually get that tough shit.
Yeah, but that doesn't start till RD3.
Yeah, so I think there might be a little bit of room in between our positions. Yeah, that can be that we can meet on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fine the way that it is. I think that it's mostly ineffectual the way that it is, because it doesn't change the game for the vast
mechanics-based,
majority
matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to really. Relic Delta is for those crazy counters that you see that were before, because of the way they structured Datacrons previously. You only needed to be Relic 5, and you can take on people that invested in Relic 9. There was no punishment for that, right? You can agree or disagree with it, but they set Datacrons like that. So, there was no incentive, and they want incentive, but I wanted the incentive to be reasonable initially. Now, if they need to make adjustments afterwards, fine. Like you said, Dagger, we go to a little bit higher from, like, what the percentage is from 1 Relic Delta or 2 Relic Delta, fine, as long as it's reasonable. I mean, if they make that 25 and 50 and then make the other ones the way they are, it's like, okay, you've lost me. Lost so what is that balance? Well, we need to see. I
think 3 and 4 are in good spots. Like 3, 4, and 5, I think are in good spots. That's actually a really good question. What do you think is the next capital ship? It better be Hondo, man. We got a whole pirate faction and a whole pirate era and no fleet to go with.
I mean, I guess, fine.
I wouldn't, like, the problem with Trench is that we need an entire new fleet for Trench, or GG, one way or the other.
Just a hater.
It's not being a hater, it's saying that, like...
Haterade!
How bad do I want to have an entire era be ships?
A lot?
Like, 0.
Oh. Stelia says, what up from Kauai? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Tass, Dagger, and Ranger. Good to see you, man.
Hello.
Welcome.
Kauai? Is
Kauai?
that Hawaii?
Oh, Kauai? I don't know.
Hawaii?
I don't know where that seems like Hawaii. Let's go with that. I am from the land of...
You know how many people would quit if they ran an entire era with pirate ships? I mean, I understand.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm with Lady Geek on that one. That's what I said. I think pirates would be cool because you could just drip them in as galactic chases.
I do understand.
Didn't they say that they weren't going to be doing ships and the internet stuff, that they were going to be doing more of that other stuff?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, as chases, galactic chases.
Oh yeah, galactic chase, the greatest event in the entire game. Huzzah!
I actually really like galactic chases. For what it's
worth.
I don't mind it.
No,
as
fine.
Far as a release mechanism, I think it's one of the better ones.
They're okay.
They're cheaper than marquees. They're cheaper than buying the current marquee.
I do.
Carefully.
Redspan, I don't believe that Relic Delta hurt the Imperial Troopers. I just think that it changed the way you play Troopers, because now you have to take Stark to make sure that you keep your loop going.
Right.
Because you take Stark and Gideon, you can close that loop really fast. You just open with basic from Stark, and then you just make him go, what is it, 4th in the turn order right before dark, and then he closes that gap. Yeah, Lady Geek says they won't do chases anymore because people have fleet energy hoarded. They've done Cantina. They've done regular energy. They even did mod energy once, I think.
Yeah, they'll change it up.
Yeah, but I agree to a certain degree that people have a lot of fleet. They can just make it Cantina or regular energy to drain the people who are saving for GLs. Like that's a perfect way to do it. Just have 2 to 3 back-to-back-to-back galactic chases on regular energy, and then just boom GL. Haha. Where's your energy?
And then you win life. Quit punching yourself.
Yeah.
Stop hitting yourself.
Let us head pirate dude from Mando seems to make sense too.
I forgot about that guy.
Talking about Gorian Shard?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
The guy that had the capital ship over the town at the end, the Pirate King.
Oh, okay.
Yar, that's right, me matey. Don't you be knowing your pirates there, Dagger.
No, I don't.
Make him walk the plank.
He be
Yar.
a knob.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know half of the people from Mando.
How dare ye be coming on this stream and not be knowing your Star Wars lord? Yar, make him walk the plank. Yar, we named the Monkey Jack.
Dude, I forgot that Chrysanthemum was in the Dad Bod Boba show.
Really?
Really?
I did. I blocked out that show, man. That show sucked.
Well, I watched it too. I didn't block it out, although I didn't like it. But I still remember the characters, at least, man.
Well, I remember them having like the best way to make Grogu leave Mando and have the Mando show go back to being great.
I know that's. I know.
And yeah. Corey Spooner. I'm honestly more bothered that they locked Spider-Mall's Journey Guide event by stars. I mean, you work your butt off at Coliseum only to have to buy or farm stars. It just seems counterintuitive. Well, that's how they've always been. I'm more annoyed with the level 85 because they've always been star-gated. Or gated behind stars. Different IP is Stargate.
I think you did there.
But yeah, I'm more annoyed with the 85, but the 85 hasn't seemed to be too unreasonable as somebody.
It depends on what you're willing to spend, right? And I mean, we're figuring it out. I mean, it is more than we were playing, especially if you're a veteran player. It is more than what we were spending before Marquise, because we usually took the new characters right up to relics, right? And we were just like, hey, and we could play with them and stuff. Mm-hmm. Now we have to get them at certain stars and levels, and to get those extra levels, you also have to get the characters at stars because you're getting that extra golden ball material that you need to take those characters up past certain points, right? So it is more of an investment. I don't like it either, but we're smart people, right? We'll figure it out. We'll figure out ways to cut corners and do stuff, So
as a community, we'll figure it out. We'll see what the next era is. And then people will figure out what they have to do from there. Reds fan says, I wonder how hard the Marauder ship hits with 3 Relic 10 pilots. I would imagine not nearly as hard as people think, because his AI is trash.
Yeah, but let's say that you've met the condition where, there's no capital. Like, he's hitting hard at this stage. Like, the maxed out damage. I still actually would agree with the point. I wonder how much difference there would actually be between all Relic 9s. But yeah.
Not much.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
No. Like maybe 200, 300 offense. Yeah, the Marauder Basic does, I think, the second highest amount of damage in the game. For a ship. I'd have to double check. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the second highest. Maybe it is the highest. I know Tint had Iden. Iden had the best basic for a while. Coliseum is hit auto and walk away.
It's not good, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like 90 seconds of not good.
Yeah.
So I agree, not a great game mode, not a big fan, but it replaced Galactic Challenges, and I guess I'm okay with that. I guess.
Well, it depends on what you're doing in those new era things, right? So, like again, investment, and that kind of bothers me a little bit. But this is nothing like there's nothing new that CG's doing, you know. So, disappointing, yes. Rage baiting for me, oh yes. But I've moved on. It's like, okay, this is the bullshit we're dealing with. Let's just figure it out, kids.
Coliseum
Stelio,
is
the lack of
almost
ships
fun,
is-
says Philip. Yeah.
Yeah, Stelio says the lack of ships in this is disgusting. No A-wing, N1 Starfighter, Red 5. Yeah.
Hey,
the problem
we
is that
we
fleets
got
don't
B-wing.
sell. Yeah, the problem is that fleets don't sell. Like I don't. I wish that people wanted fleets. I want fleets, but I don't want. I want fleets, but I don't want upgrades to fleets we have. I want new fleets.
I
I
want
don't
new
even
fleets
need them to
too.
be the meta. I just want more fleets.
But did they kidnap Grandma?
I'll be right back. AFK.
Did they?
Lady Geek, I just dropped. I dropped the Wookiee. The Wookiee has just been super underperforming for me.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, he does foresight, but his basic doesn't hit that hard. Barris, Asajj, and Luke are all really good.
My God, don't.
So the argument, and then I use IG lead, so there's 4, and then Maul is 5. And if you don't have Maul, I would cut the Wookiee for Vader.
The Wookiee win.
Not that Wookiee. I'm gonna use a Tassism. That Wookiee's a crumb bum. Stinky says, losing my TW officer over Coliseum. That sucks, man.
Yeah, that does suck. Good to hear that.
Yeah. I rage bait my guild in our Coliseum chat frequently.
You had me at you rage bait your guild.
I occasionally pop into my guild. I haven't done it in a while, but I'd pop in and said, "Oh, this is the Broke People's channel."
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, we should just rename this to "I Have No Money" channel, the Coliseum channel.
Brutal. Stop hitting me.
Dances with Ewoks. Fleets don't sell as well as the average. Exactly. The problem is that fleets themselves aren't. The ships and fleets themselves are interesting for the most part, but the actual game mode of fleet sucks. Right? They haven't done anything to change it since they went to 3v3, which was, I'm not kidding, I want to say it was 7 years ago.
Fair.
Like, they haven't touched fleet. Lady Geek, we lost a key player over Coliseum the day after the upgrade dropped. He rage quit and never responded to anyone in Discord. Yeah.
That's unfortunate. That's dirty way to do your guild, regardless whether or not you put the game. All right.
Yeah, man. I didn't realize that Coliseum was, like, that frustrating for people. I mean, I get the rewards are frustrating. Don't get me wrong. I just was thinking the game mode itself, and I guess, like, if you're not even in the top 50, I can see, like, the never-ending bashing your skull against the wall type thing.
Hey,
I'm incredibly fun at parties, by the way.
Dagger, thank you for the resub with Prime.
Yeah, I always know when to resub because I get hit with ads.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's awesome, Lady Geek. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Top
Good
90
job. Yeah,
Top
nice.
90 is every 5 weeks ish, something like that. 6 weeks. That's really nice.
Well,
Man, they got a Prize Picks add-on right now. It is really bad.
Yeah.
You know that comedian from like Pitch Perfect, the guy who's short.
No.
You'd know him if you saw him.
Probably.
But he's in a commercial with Beast Mode, and he has like a man bun that he just has fastened to his head. And at the end of the commercial, he like, takes it off and throws it at Marshawn Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad.
I believe you. And I love how hard this Qui-Gon hits. Insane.
Yeah, Adam Devine. That's what it is, Darth Zavor. Thank you. I never remember his name. I just know he was in Modern Family and Pitch Perfect. Yes, I have daughters. I get it. Stick says, as someone who refuses to spend money on Coliseum characters, it is very frustrating. Yeah, I'm going to try to figure out if I can do it with just crystals next time. It depends on how rough my shard is. Oh, was he also in Workaholics? I haven't seen that film, but thanks, yeah.
I'm going to go get another beer. I'll leave you guys in the capable hands of Dagger, and then when he gets back, Ranger. You can see he's off camera there for a moment. This way. Ha-ha. Ha-ha.
If you want, I could turn my camera on.
Yeah, I'd have to readjust how things are, but I could set you up as well, put you on in a corner.
Yeah, when you get back, we can do that.
Yeah, sure. All right. Back in a minute,
Sweet.
folks.
Yeah, Lady Geek. The other guy is Marshawn Lynch. He was a running back in the NFL, nicknamed Beast Mode. Hell, Wolfman, no one puts Dagger in a corner. Well, the only one that can shares a bed with me. Let's see. What is my most frustrating GAC or TW loss in the past 6 months or so? That's tough, man. Toughest loss. I had a game crash over the summer, which my opponent didn't drop, and I had a game crash. That was in like August, so I'll just say that one. And I'm not saying that I would win all my matches if I didn't make mistakes. But a lot of the time, I make really dumb mistakes, and it'll cost me a fight, and that costing me a fight will frequently cost me a gag. So I know, like, I took in a wrong team, or I trusted something that wasn't reliable. So most of my losses are just like either my opponent outsmarts me, outplays me, right, or I just make some dumb mistake. I try to learn more than I get frustrated. Yeah, not even a Seahawks fan. Yeah. Oh my God, what was the kid's name that picked that ball off? The dude had a commercial where they tried to give the keys to Tom Brady, and he like intercepted it. In front of the commercial. Malcolm Butler. That was the guy's name. Malcolm Butler is the guy who picked off Russell Wilson at the goal line. Zavor, I would love a free-to-play guide on where my crystals would best be spent for Coliseum. Trying blindly wasn't super efficient. Yeah, I mean, most of us tried pretty blindly. I mean, I know how much I spent. I know how much other people spent. And honestly, I'm in the same spot as some of the people who spent a lot more than me. And honestly, me and people like Tass are in the same boat of people that spent less than me. In the sense that all we needed to do is get to level 85. And yeah, it's just how do we hit that level 85 the most efficiently. As far as a free-to-play guide goes, man, I don't know if I or Tass are the people you want to talk to for a free-to-play guide. Yeah, Lady Geek, that game was like a decade ago. I know that makes us all feel old. I stand corrected, Lady Geek. It was 12 years ago. Rez, I hate losing a GAC match because of fleet battles.
Back.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of the reasons why I have the fleet set up that I do, because I just refuse to lose on fleet. I don't take chances on that shit. Oh, I misunderstood, Zavor. Okay. Usually when people say that in the chat, it's the, hey, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Yeah, Leno the next day, like, you really got to hand it to the... Yeah. Yeah, the jokes wrote themselves, man. The jokes wrote themselves.
Out of that.
Yeah, we were talking about the Marshawn Lynch Super Bowl, the Seahawks one, where Malcolm Butler intercepted the goal line. And then there were a bunch of jokes of you. Like, man, you got to hand it to Marshawn Lynch. No, seriously, you got to hand it to Marshawn Lynch. Oh, wow, you were just getting hoed the fuck out. Good Lord.
Yeah, it really sucks. You dare.
Camera on. You whenever you get around to it.
What's that? Sorry?
I gotta put my camera whenever you get around to it.
Oh yeah. We'll definitely get around to that. Right after I maybe die here.
Swugga Player Zero is Zareth P. Is that Zareth Prevails? He's doing pretty well with his new account. I have not been following Zareth very closely. It's been a while.
Come on. Dare die. I forbid it. Fuck, stop hitting me. I could not have been more clear about the stop hitting. Stop.
Yeah, wow, yeah, he just got yucked.
I got wrapped. I couldn't have set that up better too. That's the shitty thing. I finished that with Cat at high turn meter with the smite ready, and then we all the sides got immediately stunned, and then before they could come back to a natural turn, like 2 of them were dead.
Stelios, you guys think Wookiees will ever get their time in the sun as an A or B plus team, or only with a DC? Only with a DC.
It already happened.
Mechanically, I don't think. Yeah, mechanically, I just don't think that team is going to crack like the top 25 to 30 teams. But to be fair, they're in the same boat as a lot of other teams that see play when they have a Datacron. People use the crap out of Trench, right? Like GG when he has crons.
Fair.
I think they'll be better than GG, just to be fair. But
I'm back. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Hey,
we got to reset up the cameras now that Dagger's here. So give me just a minute to that.
But I do think
put that
Wookiees will have
second man on that stream.
Yeah, I do think Wookiees will have their time with crons.
Will they?
Yeah, I mean, like, look at GG right now has a cron. He's going to be usable on offense versus a few different teams. Wookiees will be in that same boat, at least.
It'd be nice. I mean, I have high-level relic Wookiees. I've never used them, so, outside of TV.
Lady Geek says, "Hey, Tass, if I redeem a roster review, will you just have Dagger tell me who to use my 3 Lightspeed tokens on?" Just
Lady Geek, she is coming. She coming.
Just put your ID in the chat. I'll have Tass pull it up.
That's right.
You don't have to redeem anything.
There's a cheap date.
Am I really? Yeah, actually, yes.
Yes. Okay, so that's almost corrected. Now, this.
It would not shock you to know that it costs my lady nothing to get me into bed. I am an extremely cheap date.
I believe that.
Really?
She has to put in no work whatsoever.
Now we turn on guest 2. No, not that one. Guest 3. No, not that one. Guest 4. Do that one. All right. Let's
Oh yeah, just have your banner right on top of me. That's fantastic.
change it.
No, that's fair. I'm watching your Twitch stream, so I'm a little behind. Lady Geek. I'll pull that up.
Good.
Oh, Lady Geek redeeming that Ross review. Let's go. Can't believe Ranger is still alive. Well,
He's a
I've
tough guy.
survived a lot of things, Tiny Bubbles. I think I can survive a little bit of. You missed it earlier. I was doing some Fernet for the homies here on
He was.
Taz stream.
That
And if you'd
is
like to do, and if you would like to see me suffer in the name of Taz, hit one of those links. He's
There
got
it
them in
is.
there. They're everywhere. Just go clink clink for our good friend Taz, and I will do the nasty to help support my home slice.
even if no one asked. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's a different story. I'll straight up slap you in the head if you do that shit.
No, when you said do the nasty, I'm like, even though no one asked for that. I know you meant.
Well, yes, yeah,
I know
you meant that. That's different. That's a different nasty. That you don't have again.
All right, Dagger, we've almost got you.
Tiny bubbles in my
Almost
chat.
got you. There you are, in all of your magnificence.
Look at him.
Honestly, so what are your Lightspeed tokens of Lady Geek? Like, are they faction based or are they light side, dark side?
I think she has a strawberry and a pineapple and a raspberry.
I would lean raspberry. It has a little bit of a two-tone flavor palette profile.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, those three. Oh, 3 relic 6s. Ah.
Honestly, Bodhi's probably a decent one. You have met relic 1.
She closed on any teams. I don't have her stuff up right now to look.
Here, I will post this. I hope you don't mind, Lady Geek, but I'm going to post this link in the chat for Ranger to click on.
I mean, if you want, I can pull it up on screen. Just
or that, yeah. I just pulled it up in a browser. But yeah.
Okay. What does she have?
Stap might be a decent one. He's at R3 for this season.
Hmm.
Unless you want to do pilots, Sunfact and Spire both pretty good R6s for fleet.
okay. There's the link.
So that's why I'm asking, like, what are you wanting to look at? Like, your Luthen is R1, and your Sunfac and Aspire both gear 12.
I like to do sort
you
by
got
relic
some options.
gear level. See?
Here's what I'm thinking of. What do you tell me what you guys think? Star Killer pop relic 6. Then she doesn't have to use the flawless for that one. And then she could pop it to 7 and have a 2 relic delta going into GAC. Make him usable on the team.
Where is her Star Killer at?
Relic 5.
I think if you're looking for the best bang for your buck, I would target some of your gear 12s or R1s.
Really?
Because you're gonna be taking those up regardless.
I don't.
Yeah, I would say the two that I would recommend would be the first two I'd recommend would be Geo Spy and Sunfac.
Holy crap, her Treya. Ooh. Please do Treya. Do Treya. Do Treya.
Do Treya.
Shin is relic 3.
What relic is Treya?
I don't know which token goes where because I've literally destroyed every single token I've ever gotten because I don't need them. So I literally don't know what is best in terms of which one to use. But whichever one you want to use one on
Tassenix is Conan. Tassenix, what's best in life? I can't help you. I have everything already. And hit the limitation of the women.
Yeah, I would also say Treya is a good one.
I like Treya a lot.
Especially since you have the Omi on her. Do you have the Omi on Savage as well then?
Would be dope if
Nihilus could go. Treya and Nihilus. Nihilus is only relic 3.
He does. She has R5 Savage with the
fantastic.
Yeah, That would be nice. A good little
Yeah,
Sith team.
Trey is a good one. Who do I have who do I have for the Super Bowl? Man, that's rough. It's hard to bet against Matt Stafford, and Drake May has looked so good.
Yeah, we'll see. You never know. I mean, when it comes to the Rams and Seahawks, flip a coin because they played so
Yeah.
evenly this year. So it wouldn't surprise me to see either one of them win the NFC. The AFC, hard to bet against the May Foundation and the
Yeah.
Patriots. But you never know. I've seen crazier shit in the last 20 years with quarterbacks coming out of nowhere going, "Hey, let's win a
Do you
Super
know
Bowl."
how just as a football fan, it's been pretty unreasonable to have 20 years of Patriots and then 5 years off and now like another decade of Patriots.
Well,
Like I'm not a Patriots hater. I actually like Tom Brady in the Belichick era.
Not
I
a
thought it was
Patriots
cool.
lover either.
No, I'm saying from if you're a fan of the NFL and there's a 40-year stretch where the Patriots are just the best team for 35 of those years,
Mhm.
like how is that fun for anybody?
well, people like to hate, right?
That's
So
fair.
you give a team like the Yankees, right? Like one thing about being a Houston Astros fan, every year we beat the Yankees, man. Let me tell you something, especially like in 22 when they swept their ass. They're talking all that mad shit. It's like, yeah, we swept the Yankees. You said you wanted it, we brought it. Shut up.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Look at a dive day.
look,
Hmm.
I just find it difficult to like. I agree. Both these games are probably going to be reasonably good, but if it comes down to the last possession, I've got New England and I've got Los Angeles. I just
Hard to
trust their
bet with them.
quarterbacks more.
I do too. Although, I mean, what's his name for Seattle? I'm
Sam
can't
Darnold.
Sam Darnold, thank you. Did against the Rams that their week 16 matchup, that Thursday night game was
Oh
pretty
yeah.
incredible.
Oh yeah. He still looks good at times, but man,
But he
he
doesn't need
looks
to be he doesn't have to do what Stafford does because their run game is so good and their defense is so good.
yeah.
Let's answer a couple game related
Sorry,
questions here.
sorry,
Yeah,
you got me
Stelios
stalking
asked a
sports.
couple good ones here. What team do you guys feel is the most underrated defense in GAC? Now, I'll give a sincere answer to this in a moment, but I just want to say, like, practically, quite seriously, it's the team that you talk shit about because now you have taken upon yourself a terrible curse. You are
Shut up.
destined to
You
drop
shut
to
the
it.
fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah, you are destined to drop to it. There's no escaping this.
Yeah, he's saying that to me, by the way. I talk a gang of shit about a handful of different teams when we do our planning, and then I lose to them, and I still talk a gang of shit.
Our dagger.
But
But
honestly,
yeah,
I
go
would
ahead.
say Lord Vader. My
Yeah,
serious answer would be Lord Vader.
sure. Um,
Hmm.
Or
talking
Leia. Leia's also super underrated.
Leia is definitely underrated. True. We have more flexibility than ever in how we're dealing with GLs. So
Right.
the
It's
space
hard
to
to pick
use
one.
Leia on defense is more there
I
than
haven't used
ever.
her on I haven't used her on defense forever. She's just so goddamn good on offense, man. Gosh, she's so flexible with what you can use her with and who
Hmm.
on.
Yeah, if we're talking about a more off the wall team, Gas. A lot of people slept on Gas this season. A lot of people got hoed out.
That's a good one.
I got to tell you, from my just looking at my results from my this last GAC, the team that got me a lot of holds, and I hate that I had Stranger on defense. Motherfucker had a lot of holds. Holy moly, guacamole! People
I
were
believe it.
just I I
Eating
don't
it.
know what they were doing, but man, like 4 holds, 2 holds, 3 holds every round. I'm like, what happened? Like,
Yeah.
I do believe.
We got another flex/review from Tiny Bubbles.
Uh-oh. What do we got? Man, I don't get that. Here, what? Okay, all right. Pull this up. What
Another
character?
another kind of sorry, really quick. Another kind of corner case, good defense that I think people may have forgotten existed. Oh man, hold on, I have to go to my defense. Afra.
Yeah, certain crawns after can be scary, come up and bite you in the ass quick.
Yeah, because like with Afra, if you go look her up on .gg, she has a few cheap counters depending on the version you set, but a lot of it's just Balin and BKM.
Okay, so he's got
So
a
underrated.
BKMs. The offense secondaries are crazy. Do you have a? Do you know how to use C3PO bot Tiny Bubbles? Because we can put it into high end terms here. Let me show you real quick.
Welcome to the 2%
Do
tiny
this.
bubble.
Do P. First of all, if you're on my Discord, other Discords have access to C3PO bot. You might already have a DM going for it, but if you're not already getting a hold of C3PO bot, you can get on my Discord and DM it there. And you're going to use this command, P unit, and then it's going to prompt you put in the unit name. So unit name, you'll start typing, Bo Katan, and it'll prompt you Bo Katan Mandalore. You'll select that. And then you're going to do, I want to say it's, hold on, let me do it myself real quick.
And someone asked what Afra comp? Really any, for the most part. The trio, and then like I know the Poe version had a couple of cheaper counters. But yeah, there's a handful of well, more like 3 or 4 different reasonable things you can do.
Okay, then it wants relic. So then it goes like this. You want relic level, and then you'll say, 9, something like that, 9 or 8. And then if you run that, we can see what it would look like. But yeah, 1500 is a pretty big gain on whatever you're at here at Gear 12, right? Yeah, these are pretty cracked mods. I can believe it. Really would want to see what it looks like, but yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. There's definitely room for some long-term improvement with better percent offense secondaries, like on the circle, diamond, like that. And then maybe, depends if you need the speed arrow. I would ideally like that to be health or offense, but keep the speed if you need the speed. It looks like you do, 257. I don't want to be too low. So. Looks good, though. I mean, strong set. Okay, you have C3PO bot. Hey, welcome to the Discord. Welcome.
There you go.
But yeah, no, that's pretty cool. Let me guys back. That should work. There they are. Cut off our guess every time I need to use it. Where do I use the bot in your Discord? Make sure that you have the Swugga role so that you'll see that channel section. There's a bots channel, and in there you can just run it, and it should respond to you. But
Oh man,
if you already have it on your guild Discord, you don't have to put yourself to any effort.
yeah, God bless all you Dodger fans, man. There's a whole generation of people who hate the Yankees like me for the same thing y'all are doing.
Thank you, Stinky. Lots of good info in Tacit Discord. Enjoy. We have a lot of really smart players in there. Very much a pleasure to have
And
their
other
company.
players. And other players.
And also
I'll
Cass.
put that out there.
And also Tass, yes.
Yeah.
Taz is never the problem when I'm in the Discord with the Patreons. I've seen and heard some things.
Hey, it's not usually me. It's only sometimes.
Right.
Well, I wasn't going to say names.
Yeah.
If you wanted to throw it out there,
I'll cop to being the problem like 20% of the time, man. I'm an adult. I got some shit to say sometimes.
I
Yeah.
swear, I was laughing with Task on Thursday. Like, why is it every time I come in your Discord, Task with the Patreons, I'm
And
always asking,
every
what did I
time
walk
every
into?
time I tell you this isn't even bad.
I know. I'm like, it's not. Holy moly,
Yeah, I've
guacamole!
been there for bad. Yeah, there.
This
Oh
this
God.
isn't even something
There,
where I have to intervene. What are you
there are
talking
times I
about?
have legitimate like. Think about this, Ranger. There are times, Ranger. Think about this. There are times I have left the Discord chat because that's how bad
Wow.
things are. There are times I have left.
Yes, that's right. You heard that correctly, Ranger. We're talking about Dagger. I would argue with you over a ketchup packet. You
Hey,
know,
you leave my girlfriend out of this.
yeah.
Oh, come on. I don't want to
Disgusting.
know. Oh Lord.
Uh,
How much do we have to donate to take a group shot? That's up to our good friend Task.
I don't have hard liquor, but I'll take a solid swig of the beer. And
And I'll drink the nasty shot.
what's your going rate? We'll let you set the
Oh,
group
for
rate,
me,
man.
well, for me, for a nasty shot, it's $10. If you're only doing some beer,
wait
we
for a
can make that.
nasty shot.
It's for net. $10 is
Yeah,
reasonable.
I wouldn't.
I'm not drinking fine liqueur here, brother. I'm drinking
Yeah.
mouthwash that's been left outside for a year and then someone
For
died
10
in it.
bucks?
Okay.
He's something. He drinks stuff that actual bums would turn up their lips at. Like just
Look,
Yeah.
look. I watched Task drink it to 11. I don't think he has any.
I listen. I let it be known. Back in the day, I've done my time with those, so it wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't something that I was gonna gag on, but it was like, yeah, you know how it's like, my old friend, we meet again. It's like, you son of a
Yeah.
bitch, you're not dead yet. Like
I
that.
wish I was
It's
drinking. I would take Everclear over this nasty shit. So 10. Are you drinking anything, Dagger? Or are you just chilling?
I could. I mean, I have a bottle here under my desk.
there you
All
go.
right, like I would say 20, $25 for 3 shots. I think that's pretty reasonable, right?
Sure.
All right, that's the market rate.
All right.
There
I
it
got my
is.
glass.
No, I know, not Everclear. Trust me, I would take Everclear over what I've been drinking here. I mean, between Foster's drinking it from a shoe and or Fernet, I've drinking other stuff. Malort. I drink this one shit Desi brought. I swear it tasted like I was drinking Pert Plus. Like it literally smelled and tasted like shampoo. It was the nastiest crap I've ever drank.
I can't watch when you're doing that, like shortly after or while eating. I
I don't
just
blame you.
can't.
I have brain damage.
How many
No,
bad?
it's
Sorry,
Desi
Red
knows this stuff and got me. So there you go, Stelios.
My bad.
Let me open up this link from
Red
Slugger
Fan
Player.
asks, how many bad 6-dot mods do you have you created that are now stuck on pilots? Honestly, I've sold them all.
At this point, you have to.
Yeah, I've sold them all. Like legit, I probably had close to like 40 at one point of just mods I 6-dotted because they were on pilots. And yeah, I pretty much made them all go away. You eventually just churn through them at a certain point. Because as you trickle your mods down, you actually end up using your pilots. Your pilots eventually get like those 16 speed mods with like 2% offense and like, you're not great mods, but eventually your pilots just get decent mods over time. You generally acquire more mods than you do characters.
Here we go.
Yes, Reds fan. I would love ship mods or ship data crops. With a couple caveats. I don't want them to be RNG numbers. I want them to be flat because I'm not
Roster.
there's already enough RNG in fleet. I'm not trying to lose a GAC because somebody rolled 3 more speed than me.
All right, guys, we had Swugga Player Zero redeem a 15,000 channel point roster review. The proper is due. Let's see. What did he say? The plan is Balin, Leviathan, then Ahsoka. Who should I take up in between? Let me drop this here in the Discord for you guys so that you can respond. Go, and now we'll have you back up on screen for the. Okay, so yeah, Balin, Leviathan, then Ahsoka. Who to take up in between? Well, I guess first, why things in between? And if there are things in between, I would imagine it would be trying to take advantage of something that's currently happening. I don't know what that would be.
You mean like relic stuff, Swiggle Because I can see right now you're in your UFO, you have them at relic, but they're low relic. So is it a relic thing or just like it just takes the team up in just general? Like you've got Malikos at relic 1, Style Killer at 3, that kind of stuff. That's a team you could take up that could give you some really bang for your buck if you got them at higher relics. Because you already have Seer at 7. So me?
In a post relic Delta world, definitely recommend your Bane going up to 8 ASAP.
That's a good one.
I mean, you only have a handful of Relic 9, so I wouldn't want to say that he's probably more urgent than some others, but he's kind of up there. He's kind of up there. You think about
and
what
C as well.
Hmm?
In that same vein, C as well.
Yeah, and C at Relic 7 is going to be tough to do the underman kind of fights that Sith Eternal's ideally looking to do to be banner efficient. So that's all these Galactic Legends.
Oh,
Especially
Lord,
where
the
you've
health on
got
his.
Jabba already Relicate, I would have definitely had Slacker or Ray or C at Relicate.
Can I ask a question, please?
Please.
Why is there a speed set health set on C with 120,000 health at Relic 7?
Oh no. Oh,
I don't click
well,
on
you know
people's
what? This is
characters.
I did it because I had the stuff here. Like you've got mixed primaries and stuff like this. So I did it because I had the stuff.
Yeah, I hate asking those questions. I always feel like a dick.
I have another question.
You know why you're doing it. You're doing it because
Why do we have 156,000 health on JML and like almost no protection and no potency or any speed?
got to focus
This is
your mod farming to produce at least the right primaries. That shouldn't take you too long. But yeah, this is not great for JML. Really do want that 3 or 4 off.
Yeah, I mean, if we're picking this apart, you have 5 speed mods on your Leia.
Yeah, he says my mods are bad. Full stop. Yeah, I hope you're always spending at least the 350 crystal refreshes on mods. Doesn't matter what else is going on in the game. I try to spend through the 100s as well, but never, ever, ever less than the 350s. Try and get these primaries right ASAP. They make a huge difference to have at least the primaries and the sets themselves right. Working on better secondaries is a privilege of at least having the right primaries first. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see the hand raised, boss. What's up?
Sorry. What the fuck is going on with all these GLs? I'm kind of terrified.
He said his mods are straight dookie, and shameless.
Oh, did he? Oh,
shameless plug, by the way, for the how-to mod guide series of mine on YouTube. 3-part series. 3-part series. Made it with Dagger. It's everything. The entire collection of every best practice I know about farming, slicing, keeping. Just using as they are. How to pick them, anything and everything in between that I know about mods.
So I saw that and it just I felt like I had to say something.
I have a kitty that's biting me because I'm not petting her to her satisfaction.
Well, kitties are known to do that. Mine don't bite, but they like to come up and claw me like they want their attention.
She does like the little tiny gnawing on the leg thing. I want you to see the face of a criminal. Look at this face. This is the face of a criminal.
You dirty little kitty.
This is a criminal element.
How dare you?
Goodness.
Just because you grew up on the streets, kitty, doesn't mean you need to be like this.
Right. He's a savage. Look at this face.
Yeah.
Face of a killer.
Look at that. Oh my God.
You're lucky
right
because
under the chinny chin where we love it.
Tass, you're lucky because my cats, when they feel like they haven't gotten enough attention, they will walk up to you and they will just like sink their claws into your foot. Just like they'll like tap your foot with their paw, and then if you don't give them attention immediately, they'll just extend their claws and do it again.
Insufficient attention is grounds for blood to be drawn.
Yeah.
Known. Let's see here. Ezra Lowe, Malik. Okay. So a player, you're looking at other characters to get inspiration, at least for Malik, for relics. Yeah. Well, go down here. Yeah, Malik, Malgus. Here, these are good choices.
I will say, Wolfman, that I have children. I don't need dogs.
They draw blood too.
Yeah, yeah. All I'm saying is, if I want, I don't want to have to take. I don't have to take my cat for a walk. I don't have to let it outside to poop.
Well, here's something that you need to think about as well when you're working on the next couple GLs. I noticed you mentioned Ahsoka. Make sure that you're putting her team in your planning, like Hu Yang being a relic one. It wouldn't take too much to push her up to whatever the minimum service level is for relics where you're at. My guess is the answer is 5. So yeah, just make sure that as you're getting your Galactic Legends themselves ready, that their whole team is ready. Serviceable level of relics, serviceable mods. Doesn't need to be perfect, but should be at least the right set type.
Thank you, Elite Wolf. That's high praise.
Reds fan says it's actually easy to create your fastest mod set. Write down the fastest speed secondary for a speed and a non-speed mod for a square diamond circle. Use the best speed. I'm not really sure what we're talking about, Red.
I think he was talking about. He said previously about the GLs. GLs, she said, should have incredible mods.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I raised my hand and said something.
I see.
That's my fault.
Yeah, please speak by the way, because I'm not always looking in your corner to see whether or not you've got your hand raised, being so courteous as you are. You can just say,
That's right.
The child's dog. Oh, that's fine. All right. Other questions here, Swugger Player. Your roster. Can we roast the roster? I mean, you can do whatever you want in the chat, guys. Within limits.
Well, yeah.
Don't
I mean,
type.
I'm not
Don't
trying to
type
roast.
bannable things because
I'm
you
just trying
will.
to be legit concerned.
Yeah, if you type bannable things, you will be, prosecuted to the fullest extent of Twitch law. You will be banned here.
Hang him!
You will be reported to the relevant authorities. So on. Some players don't know the basic strategy for creating a super fast speed set along with 2 other mods. Yeah, I mean, I think the most useful way to learn about producing mods is just on a high level before you're talking about sets in particular. But yes, in terms of combing your own roster to put together your fastest speed set, sure. Fair.
I can honestly say that I don't think there's a single character in this game that wants your fastest speed set bar anything else.
Thank you,
There are
Dances.
characters that want to have your fastest, like health primaries kind of thing, right? But I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that wants your absolute fastest speed set, regardless of any other circumstances. Like Ezra's your fastest health primaries, right? There's always like a caveat to your fastest X or Y.
Maybe.
And
Yeah,
then,
there's a couple.
oh, sure. But what I'm saying is they don't need to be like all 29s or whatever.
Yeah.
God, if I could
It's
only
a good
have
thing,
more
too.
of them.
I can't do that shit.
Neither can I. That's why I said something completely absurd.
So, Ezra or Ahsoka.
There's a question in the chat here. I don't know if we're still on the roster or not.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, roast away. Other than mods, it will help. So we can roast Swugga Player's roster as much as we like, but I don't really have a roast. Like I can, if there's anything, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you this. I won't roast you, but I will tell you things that I don't like. I don't like that JMK is Relic 9 and Slacker is Relic 7. I don't like that Pirate King is Relic 9 and Ray is level 7. I don't like Java's Relic 8 and Sith Eternal is Relic 7. JML Relic 7 instead of Leia. I'd rather have JML at Relic 9 than Leia as far as ordering goes. She's a great Relic 9, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I would say that you're picking good targets for these relics, but double check yourself on the order in which you're looking to apply them, because there's definitely some higher value choices made. Like, I am a huge fan of General Skywalker. You will find few people that love gas more than I do. My
And he's
gas
not
would
talking about the character.
fun. My gas would not be
Well,
Relic 9 before my Ray. Is I guess something I would say, man. So like, you're picking good characters, just check the order that you're doing them. That's my biggest note.
Yeah, I mean you have a good base of a roster, but yeah, I would just pay much closer attention to which characters you are building up in between your current projects.
Gas R9 is a wreck. Oh, that's my bad. Sorry. Wow, my bad. But you got the point though. You understand. Having elite mods takes a lot of work. Yeah, it does. I mean, the ideally you're doing. I've talked about this many times about how if you are in Kyber 1 and you are taking rank 1 in Fleet Arena every day, and you're winning, let's say, half of your uh, Grand Arena matches, there is no reason why you cannot, in a completely crystal neutral way, based on your daily crystal income, there's no reason why you can't do the 100 crystal refreshes every day for
I'll, du-
mods.
I'll double down on what Tass is saying here. If you are in Kyber 1 and you are taking first in fleet, you are making around 1,000 crystals a day.
I
If
think
you
that's
do the
just a
50s and
little high, but
100s,
it's not that much higher.
it's not,
I want to
no,
say it's
because
like
like
900 or close to 900.
it depends on how many you get from the box when you complete your dailies.
Sure, yeah. I think the 900 is based on like a middling value, but sure, it's not.
Sure.
There's not
Anyways,
a lot of.
even,
There's not a
even
lot
if
of
we
distance.
even if we go off the 900, that 900 is
I guess
without
right, yeah.
any TB or GAC crystals
Sure.
added at all.
True.
That is just your daily income of crystals, Kyber 1 and Fleet. And 900 crystals, 450 to Fleet, 300 to Cantina, 150 to regular energy. Right? Like, if you're in Kyber 1 and you're taking first in Fleet, if you're not, you can adjust down to where you need to be to a degree. But I'm doubling down on what Tass is saying. So even without GAC crystals, you're still able to do all of your refreshes with just your daily crystals.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure you said 450 to fleet, and I think you meant mods, right?
Yeah, mods. Sorry,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
apologies.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm agreeing with you, but saying it's even more skewed in what you're saying.
Yeah,
It's because
yeah.
you didn't even
So
factor in TB crystals or GAC crystals.
it is entirely possible in a completely free to play way, um, to get those 100 crystal refreshes on mods every day. And I mean, the 50s are the absolute minimum, but try to give as many days as you can to the 100s, because as I say in the how to mod videos, it is a numbers game. You just need to see more mods, because if you don't see enough mods, you will be tempted to put resources into mods that were not worth starting with in the first place. And it is a really resource intensive and largely futile effort to try and force what was always going to be a mediocre mod into a good mod, let alone into a great mod. And if you're just picking good mods as a starting point, it's really tough to not end up with at least a good. Link me
And
your GG, Reds fan, if you want me to pull up your account. We can look at it if you got a specific question. You can do that.
and if you look at the mod store every day, because of the way that the assault battles, everything kind of are out now, you can buy mods from the store now because you don't really have to level characters because of the eras. They have the price to level characters anyways. So credits are more more bountiful than they ever have been. There was also a question earlier about how we're planning to use Forlom and Zuckus, and my answer is the trash can. Tass is free to, give his answer. Um, I just don't really see a home for them.
Yeah, that's kind of basically where I'm at with it. I personally have a really well modded um what's it called? Uh
Roster?
Zam.
Damn.
Oh,
Really
Yeah.
well modded Zam. So it's like I could really amp them up if I wanted to. And I don't think it's good enough for a Kyber 1 defense. That's just the bottom line for me. Like it's disappointing that some of these things aren't going to make it. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll be sneaky cuz sometimes I say I'm not going to do it, but I also know that nobody would expect me to do it, so maybe I will. I don't want to say never, but by and large, I don't really it could be that with the new Zuckus Crown, like with the stacking offense, maybe it is worth it, especially if I have as much speed as I do on Zam, like 355 speed. Like she's passing a lot of speed in addition to everything else. But otherwise, no, I don't really see her having space on the board.
There was another question earlier that really caught my attention. I thought was really good. Where was it? It had to do with do you still like when you started the game?
oh, with the I remember that question. Would you guys, with the all the new Lightspeed tokens and stuff like that? Mm.
Yeah, did you guys like starting when you did and going through the growing pains, or would you have preferred to start now with all the LSBs and LSTs? My answer is really easy because I love when I started because I spent the first year of playing this game playing pretty casually. I just talked about this on the plotting and scheming thing that we recorded earlier, and I spent my first year just kind of dicking around. So for me, it was perfect because by the time I started to get competitive, relics were just coming out, right? So I got to fast forward into the end game at that point, and I'm glad I started when I did, being competitive, because I got in where I mean it's haha now, but like I know how to use Jedi Revan and the Darth Revan teams, right? I have I don't have to go back and learn how to use teams. I don't have to go back and learn kits. I have the mod work from all that time. So no, I started May 2017, and I am happy that I started when I started. Um,
Fair.
the first year of me playing, the first couple of years of pre-conquest were also really chill. So the game cost nothing to play, basically. Like money, yes, but I'm talking about time wise. Like the game was really easy to just plug into your very busy life.
Hey, Elite Wolf says, Task, why are we still running BlueStacks? Google launched their own Windows 11 emulator you can play on. This isn't BlueStacks. EA launched
That's
their
crazy.
own emulator
Mhm.
for it, and I mean, you say you've been retired for so long, Elite Wolf. Your eyes have probably just forgotten. On its best day, BlueStacks never looked this good, this smooth.
No.
Absolutely
Yeah,
never. So,
but your stream is choppy. I understand his point.
oh, it looks a little choppy on the street. No, I mean, I'm seeing it, and this looks better than BlueStacks ever looked. Trust me.
Yeah,
There.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think and like, you can correct me if he's wrong, but he's saying the shadows look the same.
Yeah, I can see what you're talking about. I think that's more of an OBS thing because that's not what I see. That's not what I see. So I think that's just an OBS thing. I don't know what it is.
Well, Tassie
Sorry.
Ranger, what about you guys? Are you guys happy that you started when you did?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a day one player. So I've been through everything, but I think it's our experiences of the good and bad that you get from a game. Like I'm happy where things are for newer players because we pushed for that, with their bitching and griping and stuff for newer players, right?
Yeah.
Which eventually led to hyperdrive bundles and Lightspeed tokens, so um we can share our experiences and it makes us better players and more experienced to tell newer players, for me, the journey is worth everything. So if I had like, would it be nice to start over with all the nice stuff? Sure. But do I regret doing what I did? I would still go back and start day one like I did and go through everything so I can tell and give experience and share my experiences with other players so that they can know the ins and outs and do's and don'ts of this game.
Sure. All right, let's open up the next thing.
What about you, Tass?
Yeah,
You
I
started
mean,
after
no,
COVID.
I'll say this much. However much money I've spent on this game was for entertainment, right? So I'm not going to really begrudge the fact that, by and large, newer players save so much money. Like they're, light speed tokens, cheaper marquees up until the era system. Um,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things that favor the new player. And I still, when I think about the money that I could have saved by starting later, I don't regret it. I had a lot of fun the whole time. Also, yeah, I mean, I had to stop and think when I heard the question when you read it aloud, Dagger, because I don't think about things like that. I was doing what I was doing at the time, and it's led me where it's led me, and I don't really regret things like that. Even if in this case it actually would have saved me some serious money to have started another 3 years later, something like that. Would have been some
Oh yeah.
serious money saved. I got to tell you.
Oh
For
my
me, it was
god.
never really about the money. Was never something I thought of. I was thinking about the amount of time I spent doing remedial shit, like Galactic War.
Mhm.
Oh
Like as
god.
somebody
Remember
who had to
Galactic
manually do
Orbit?
Galactic War.
The
Oh
Cube
my
Defense is
god.
a big boy here. This is Reds fan 111 on YouTube. So he is 15.6 million GP, Hyper 13769 rating. Nice, nice.
Hey.
Yeah, let's have a look. Have a look at what you've got here. The Relic 10 Ahsoka Tano. Here, I'll drop the link. There you go. Okay, so love the Leia, Lord Vader, Rey, Pirate King, Slacker. These are good, pretty good tens as far as tens go. Got the 10 Darth Revan, so you're frequently fighting people that have it. That makes sense.
The only one that says anything to me is the Hondo over JML. I don't have Hondo on my list of R10s to do in
Yeah,
the near future,
I can
but
understand that.
JML is really, really good at R10.
I can understand that, and I can attest. I picked up JML later than some, and I did notice the increase in damage. It is
It's
considerable.
significant.
It is
Yeah.
considerable. You only farm speed set mods. If that's something that I could urge you off of, and I don't know
Mhm.
any top rank, not even top rank, just like any player that you respect at Grand Arena, um, I don't know that they would tell you that that's a good idea to only pursue speed. Like you're probably not kidding that you have an enormous number. Not how I need. Is
Yeah,
there like
I will say that I find myself farming speed mods less than offense, defense. It's like fourth or fifth on my thing because of things that I farm because a lot of my characters that I'm remodding are freeing up good speed mods. So for example, as I farm offense mods, I'm putting offense mods onto somebody in a speed set with good offense secondaries, right? So I I, I can understand wanting to have a ton of good speed mods, but speed mods, and I'm not saying they're not important, but as the game continues and as relics progress, they become less important than other stats.
Well, I will say this: you know how to pick them. You know how to pick good mods as far as speed goes. You also greatly over exaggerated the degree to which you do not farm anything else because you're not getting all these other non-speed mods just from events, not ones that are ending up with good stats. That not all of these are coming to you for free, and I'm glad for that because I wouldn't want you to only be farming speed. It just doesn't make sense for the long-term health of your roster. Like there is going to come a point where you're going to end up fighting matches where you need to hit so hard within only a couple of turns because you know that you don't have a third turn that matters in a certain matchup. In which case, it makes sense to have something like offense mods on that character more than speed. Just as an example, these cases pop up in high-end play all the time. You're reasonably high in Kyber 1. I'm sure you're not unfamiliar with this type of thing yourself, but the rate of those things popping up does get higher the higher you go because you're having increasingly inventive, devious players you're coming up against, and you want to be able to pivot to respond to those things.
Yeah, I'm looking at some stuff like Malikos, brother, or Star Killer, or some certain teams like,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little low on the damage.
yeah, Tiny Bubbles. If you go to my YouTube channel, Tassenix Gaming, there is a how-to mod series, a 3-part series with everything that I know about best practices for farming up, producing good stuff. Yeah, your best Kyber ranks are 93 and 97. Top 100 Kyber is no joke.
Sure.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
you look like you have a pretty solid roster here. You have largely a very good idea what you're doing. It looks like you have better mod set diversity than what you suggested. So as long as you are continuing to diversify, and I'm pleased to see that you're, in addition to high speed, selecting for good secondaries. I like that, man. Like you have a firm grasp on what you're looking for. There's always some improvements to be made, but I think you're going to iron those out naturally in the long term. I don't even think they bear mentioning. It's really nice. You've got a great collection of mods, I will say.
Yeah. Yeah, your mods are quite good. You had me worried when you said that you actually only farm speed mods.
Yeah, concern.
And then when we pulled them up, I'm like, oh, never. He was being what is it? Dramatic.
Yeah, I was worried. I was
Oh,
worried.
this is Tiny Bubbles. This is the Kevin Brown hat. For those that know, they know.
Yeah,
I know.
Philip Tuff says Fatal had me farming defense mods for the past 5 months. I don't think you're going wrong with that, especially because for a variety of reasons, you can kind of figure out for yourself that, oh man, speed sets are good in a lot of situations. Oh man, offense sets are good in a lot of situations. Everybody has health. 2 piece of health is good. If I really need the crit chance, I guess I can go with the crit chance. Tanks, yeah, I'll put on health sense and of course defense because I want to tank them out. Like a lot of people think this way, myself included for several years. And so for a long time, I really did not have great depth on my defense sets. And particularly at high relics, defense sets shine, man. So most players are going to have defense sets as a blind spot. And yeah, most players will be well served in hitting them pretty hard. Yeah, Reds fan. It sounds like you fought a lot of the who's who of the top end YouTubers. I hope you get back up there and fight them soon, for sure. You got a great roster. So, what if you're never happy, Lady Geek? Yeah, yeah.
Lady
That
Geek's
is.
tripping. She's happy. Lady Geek has happy moments. Come on, Lady Geek.
Yeah,
What are you saying?
I can understand. Sometimes life is just about keeping a nice, long, even, flat line, and that's about all the better it can be for them. I have lived that. Yes. Yes. You want revenge versus Tom Ford and Captain. They are way lower spenders than me. For sure. And they're both strong players, so I could understand how you might lose. I have lost to players smaller than me, so it happens. It does happen. Right, back to the mission. Yeah, this is like a solid hour to do this one fight. I hate it.
Yeah.
We're still in the same fight. Which one are we doing?
Shut up. I don't want to talk about it.
The first rule of Tassenix Extreme, we don't
My
talk
other
about.
my other go-to hat is I don't know if it's gonna pick up in the camera,
Hmm.
but it's my Arizona Diamondbacks hat from '01, World Series
Yeah.
champion hat.
And who's that for? Is that for the unit or is that for Schilling?
Well, my favorite player growing up was it was a combination of Kurt Schilling, Greg Maddux, and Kevin Brown because
Gotcha.
I grew up as a pitcher. So the crafty right-handers who didn't have overpowering stuff and relied on their breaking speed balls, that's kind of how I was. Loved them. So yeah, it was for Schilling. And then later on in his career, he had the bloody sock game
Oh, of course.
But
How
then
can
he
you forget
used
about Thor?
steroids and broke my heart. But yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. I'm
Steroido,
a
the
disenfranchised
Magnificent.
baseball fan. Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm a
what?
disenfranchised baseball fan due to the steroid, due to growing up during the steroid era. Yeah, Maddox was amazing. Yeah.
Filthy.
Dude was everything I wanted to be. I was not that good.
Who was?
Yeah. uh, I there was a stat that what was the stat? It's like he gave up more runs than walks one year. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that was 95. He did that.
Yeah, and he led the league
94,
in
95.
ERA, which is why that was impressive.
Yeah.
Hey,
He
take care,
didn't
Tiny
walk
Bubbles.
nope.
Enjoy those
Good
videos.
night,
Yeah.
Keep
Tiny
up the good care.
Bubbles.
Take care, man.
Yeah, I recently had to replace my Marlins hat, and I had to actually pay extra to not get a Miami Marlins hat because I don't know when that happened.
Mm.
But it also works out because my first name starts with D and my last name starts with F. So that's why the other reason for these two hats being a consistent part of my wardrobe.
Kill him.
Oh, that's what it was, Chaptastic. Yeah, I get the yeah, you're right. I stand corrected. Yeah. Just disappointed by so many of the people I grew up wanting to be like. Like Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer before he did steroids, man. Like he was going to be one of the all-time greats.
Why Kevin Griffey Jr. is the greatest baseball player I've ever seen besides Shohei.
Dude, we're watching the GOAT in real time, and it is fantastic.
It's insane. He's disgusting.
That's awesome, Rock Gunner.
Yeah,
Congratulations. Welcome to
Rock
Kyber
Gunner.
1.
Hey, let's go.
Congrats,
Welcome
man.
to the big leagues.
Well done. Well done. Reds fan says I recently rolled a 3-roll 18 speed crit chance okay, with crit chance on it and a crit chance triangle. Wait, no, I misunderstood you. Crit chance set, crit chance triangle. Needs 2 more 6-speed rolls to reach the perfect 30 speed. I wish you luck on that, man. And in all my
That's
time,
usually when
I've never once
that's-
produced one.
Nope. And that's usually when
Nope.
the bottom falls out. You get the next one, you're like 6, like, oh, I 24, then 3. You're like, you bastard.
I think I've only made like 3 29s,
I
let
was
alone a
about to
30.
say my finest speed secondary is a 29.
Same.
And I haven't even made that many of them. Like I have a couple guildmates who have like double-digit 29s.
Crazy.
Yeah. I have a shit ton of 26s. Huh?
I believe you.
Yeah. And 24s. I have a lot of 24s.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, Chaptastic. I just didn't know when they became the Miami Marlins. I must have missed that change. But I went to go buy a hat last year, and yeah, they wanted to charge me like $70 for.
Oh yeah, everything. Oh yeah, the jerseys and stuff are outrageous.
Yeah, they want to charge me
Like,
$70 for a Miami Marlins hat, and they wanted to charge me 110 for a Florida Marlins hat.
thank you.
So
That's
I
pretty
spent
insane.
$110 on. So I spent $110 on a Florida Marlins hat.
Wow.
Like, do you
Okay.
I'm not exactly proud of it. I'm just like, dude, my Ray Lewis jersey is $380. Like I'm over here. Like I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell and Ness. They knew how to print money.
Mm-hmm.
Know how? I think they're still a company. But now I just buy like regular jerseys. I don't buy game. $120 a jersey is good enough for me.
Fair.
Yeah, Stinky. If you get the like the brand of the like, you can get official hats and you can get unofficial hats. And I wanted to get the two main hats. I wear the Diamondbacks hat over there, which is the World Series champion hat, and I used to have a World Champion Marlins hat. I wanted to replace that one, but they didn't have one. And I also hate the new logo, and it doesn't have the F on it, which is half the reason I wear it.
By the way, Stinky, I saw that you asked above earlier. You said you never had a roster review. Yeah, be happy to help you with that. Drop the ally code. Have a look at it.
Yeah. Pitchers and catchers in 7 weeks.
You've only done 175 material recalibration, Reds fan. I mean, trust me, it took me a long time. I did more than a year pretty much straight calibrating when calibration materials first became farmable. I already had good mods, and I spent basically a year not making any particularly dedicated effort to farming new mods and just about, improving the best of them. And it took me more than a year to get through them to the point where it felt like it was a good time to start farming mods again. And then in the years since, I've weeded through all the ones that made sense to do 25 calibrates to, and then 40s. And really, I still do farm new mods, and they always, the best ones of those get attention for sure. But I am always on the lookout for candidates that are 75, 100. I've even done 150 cost rerolls and even had one of those rolls go well. Um, it's something for a very high end roster, and you're probably closer to that than you think, being 15 point something million Reds fan. So never say never, but I can appreciate your prioritization. Sounds like you're going about it the right way. There's a lot of mods that need 15, 25, 40 before you need to worry about anything above that. 150 is wild, yeah. It is wild, but if you look at like the crit damage triangle on my Lord Vader, it's worth it. Let's see. Okay, Stinky. Yeah, in a minute I'll pull up that finish this mission because I hate having it hang over me.
This is the fight that never
essentially, yeah, it's
ends. It just
like
keeps
that.
on and on, my friends.
All right, it's fine. It's over. Oh. Okay, let's have a look here. All right, Stinky's profile 13.4 million, Erodium 3. Let's have a look.
Ugh.
Or by relics. How many relic 10s? You only have 2 relic 10s, Lord Vader and Darth Revan. I won't begrudge you Lord Vader. I don't think he's
I like
strictly
that
like one
Vader.
of the very highest value ones, but he's good. He's a good one.
Nice little boost. I like him.
I would say you want to take a look at JML or Ray as next high level targets for Relic 10. It doesn't look like you're buying them, like you're just farming them as they come, and that's a very smart way to go about it for most players. Certainly, well, you probably have greater need for Relic 9s than you do 10 for a lot of the same material. All right. Circular. This is pretty nice. What are your current projects and what kind of questions specifically do you have, Stinky? Don't have the time for GAC. Ray was going to be your next. Oh, you don't have time for GAC? What do you enjoy playing the game for? Because really, if the game didn't have GAC, I don't think I would have stuck with it, to be honest. So what keeps you chugging along? Ray is a good one though. I like it. Reds fan says my next Relic 10 will be JML, then JMKC and Java. I would really
Sure.
urge you to reconsider the JMK and the Java. I think there are strong arguments for a number of other characters that aren't those. Like JMK specifically, neither JMK nor Java are really like the first
Honestly,
or
yeah.
second priority on their teams,
They aren't even priorities to R9.
Yeah, so I think mine are
Pretty
still really
much,
good.
yeah. They were among the latest ones to get, so
Yeah.
I'd urge you to you know,
I
reconsider
would
on
also
that.
urge you to reconsider it. I mean, by all means, relic what you want to relic, but from a competitive standpoint, from someone who mentions they want to get back up to the top, I would urge you to reconsider.
Good eye, Lady Geek. I love the Relic 9 Gamguard. I can see that you are invested deep into the bacon, Stinky. Because I don't think I have a Relic 9 Gamguard.
I can say I do not have one either. Yeah.
Pretty tough. Pretty
I've
tough.
had one for multiple years. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Lady Geek, that's a good point. I'm eyeing Jabba to Relic 9 because he has a TB node. Yes, I forgot. Yes, in the if you're in a guild that's making that push in the latest stages of TB, the Relic 9 Jabba for the Jabba mission, it's nice. It is. Fair.
Yeah, I think the whole thing, yeah. If you had the team at Relic 9 for TB, you'll still get good value in GC and
Well,
TW.
yeah. See here. What are your other questions? Yeah, well, feel free to ask others, but I mean, we'll take a look at your mods here real quick while we're on it.
Well, I looked at JML and I was like, well, uh-oh.
This and sort by. There we go. All right, let's have a look. So we're just looking at all of his 6-stop mods. Wow. Got some killers here.
Mm-hmm.
Good diversity. Got some nasty, nasty offense. I like them. Let me see. First of all, this accuracy arrow is fucking bonkers. I hope that ends up on like your Knight's History Spirit. That's cracked. Yeah, this one that looks like on Fulcrum, this circle, this protection circle, which by the way, I'd love it if it was health on her. But this 6% offense secondary, fat. Love it. Yeah, these are pretty good mods, man. You have a decent idea of what you're looking for. We can go and take a look at some of your top characters now and see how you have them set up. Action, this is solid. You'll have quite a bit of health.
Yeah.
You've got some decent secondaries. There's nothing you can really worry about with that. Okay, fine. With time, hopefully you can get better potency secondaries and push as hard as you can towards 100% potency while still having 3, potentially even 4 protection primaries. That would be hot. See what your prize jewel, your Relic 10 Lord Vader. Okay, pretty solid. 336,000 life total is nothing to sneeze at. He could be a good bit faster, but that's the trade-off that you knew you were making when you put him in this 16 speed protection primary arrow. You were going for just being massive, and I respect that. Almost 12,000 offense. Tough, man. Ray's looking good. Yeah, this is a good looking Ray. I like this too. Yeah, you got some good stuff, man. Specific questions though? Glad I had a specific question and you didn't even look at my mods of GL relic levels. Link me your ally code again, Lady Geek, and I'm sorry I missed it. I try not to miss questions in the chat, but I do miss them, and it is fair that you hold me accountable. All right. Yeah. You don't have any specific questions? I mean, you've already got characters like Ezra at Relic 9, so try and push your GL Ahsoka. I guess you're already working on that. I see she got all of her Zetas, so I assume you're working to push her up to some relics. Yeah, you got good stuff.
Lady Geek.
Oh, you're happy I didn't look? Fair enough. Fair enough. You can see. We're giving gentle critique. This isn't name and shame.
Yeah, we're talking. We're communicating.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Hey, if you guys ever want, I can sit here and critique Cass's R10 choices.
Do whatever you want. What you can't argue
This
with is
again.
the might of Malicos. Wait, did I show that earlier? I thought I said I was going to do that, and then
Yeah, I thought you did. You showed off that incredible stats on him.
it makes me so happy.
Yeah, you
Makes
showed
me
off your 85K health and 9K offense.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. That's
Yeah, that's
exactly what
wrong.
it is. Rock Gunner, if you're offering reviews, can I get some GAC advice? I'm way short on teams and need help punching up. Yeah, I mean we can try and look at that. That's some pretty specific advice. I mean, the way that I would personally look into this is look at your peers. Look at the people around you. Look at how you were winning or losing matches last 3 versus 3, for example. So we're heading into it. What kind of defense were your opponents setting in totality? How many of those teams are you missing? How close are you to getting any of them? Like that's how I would research it. Yeah, Stinky. He is absolutely crazy. I'm delighted with him. Over 100,000 health, 260 speed, crit damage triangle, 13.3k offense. Bad
Disgusting.
lad. He makes me happy.
I bet he does.
I remember the first time Ranger looked at my mods. Haha, says Roarer.
Yes. Yes.
Happy to help, Stinky. That was good stuff. Looking at the roster there. All right, let's try this. Rock Gunner. Okay. So, GAC advice. Look at your last 3 versus 3. It looks like you had what? 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds where your opponents didn't really try. Wait, well, maybe it's 5. All right, so you have a lot of opponents that phoned it in, but you're also actually really winning your real matches, except for one in all of last 3 versus 3. So
He's
can't
saying that was
be.
Chromium. This will be Kyber.
Hmm?
He said that
He
was
said he was.
Chromium. This will be Kyber.
So how many
Ah.
how many more teams do you need for that, man?
Like Kyber 5?
That's 15 teams. He's going up from like 9 teams to 15.
Oh,
Oh boy.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I would
Well,
still.
let us begin with the prayer.
So
Yeah.
I would still just do a little research project myself. I would pull up who's around the bottom of Kyber 5 and look at what they're doing. Like, look at a couple players. Look however many you feel like looking at, but you will want to see the type of resources your opponents are working with. You don't have the teams to do anything, then you know that you have to cheese. If part of your adaptation to being in low Kyber is like you have
Set
to set
AoE.
some absolute horse shit, you're setting your challenge teams bottom and top front. And if your opponent gets through the bottom, they can fucking have it, bro, because that's what it's got to
Yeah.
be. There's no
Honestly, just
substitute for
place
resources. Sorry.
I'm not even kidding you when I say things like this. Place like Rolo leads something because if she takes a turn, she'll AoE to strip banners. Like, I'm not even kidding when I say that. Place teams that have multiple AoEs so they'll at least steal banners if they take a turn.
Yeah.
And then pray.
So what are we dealing with here? Yep. Just got into Kyber.
Prime
Congratulations.
Force. Start by looking at their Garth Saxon relics and mods.
Hey,
Yes.
Prime Force. Good to see
Love
you.
seeing you, man.
Yeah, if you love PrimeBot as much as I do, tip your hat for Prime Force
That's
there
right.
in the chat. All right. So let's take a look at the collection. Let us know if you have specific questions, Rock Gunner.
Yeah, Zavor says I've been setting trash defenses for 2 years as I've been punching up and winning on efficiency, either adapt to a new play style or drop back down.
Yep. You won't be
Pretty-
able to
pretty
play the
accurate.
same way. Yeah.
You can't overcome a lack of time in game without serious spending. Yep.
Yep. Well said.
True.
Hell,
But yeah,
that's
you
true
can-
for some of the people in the top 100 who have much smaller rosters than their contemporaries.
That's
Yeah.
right, Reds fan. Doing the 2-man GAR ISC versus Gas was one of life's great pleasures.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see you do that to my gas this season, though.
Ah, I saw the plot
These
thickens.
crowds are nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, these crons, man. I had Dagger, you'd love this. I had a round where I went in with Ufu. I
Yeah,
was using Ufu with Malikos, and I'm using against a Ray, Ben team, right? Standard team, Bears, Cron, all that stuff.
yeah.
Ben took one turn, pretty much killed my entire team in one hit. And I was like, okay, we're in a new era. This sucks. Wow. What? You're just gonna kill Malikos first? Okay, gonna have to adapt.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I know a lot of people that still have prop mods on some of their shit.
Ugh.
Yeah, man. If you're fighting Ray with this current Kron set, don't be having prop prime. I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying like sometimes there's nothing you can do, but sometimes there
No,
are little margins you can operate on. One of those is getting the prod off your dudes.
no, it was Malika's and he was modded correctly. I was just like, I hate this new Datacron shit. It's like, oh my God, this has never happened before. It's like, derp.
Yeah.
I thankfully have not had that experience, but man, I do not look forward to having it next season. Like I expect next 5v5 to even be more toxic than this one because
Mhm.
there's a lot of people who didn't put the effort into reroll as much as they could have. And they're just gonna have more time to just tinker with shit because they still have unlimited rerolls.
Yeah. Rock, different players are going to have different philosophies about playing the game, and any of them could be competitive. But since you're asking me, and of course, Dagger and Ranger are welcome to chime in. But in my view, I would be scouting your opponent, right? When you get matched up for the start of the season, and you need to take a look at what type, what level of difficulty of defense he's setting. And you need to keep everything that you feel is required to have clean offense. Because odds are, if your opponents are going to be larger and or more experienced in fighting Kyber than you're probably still looking at wanting to one shot everything, right? So as far as setting a board where you're saying like I'm going to set Leia plus trash, maybe Leia is the only real power team you can afford to set. But I wouldn't really. That's not how I would prefer to go about it. Now that being said, there are players like Fatal, for example, just being one who has a plan. Like I am just going to be setting X, Y, and Z on defense, and that's just happening, and I'm just going to work around everything else. But then again, Fatal's not doing that from a position of being constrained on his actual teams. He's got all the teams. He can do whatever he wants. He just prefers that as a play style. Whereas if you're trying to climb, and I'm guessing you are, because you just pushed up into Kyber 5, you're not going to keep on climbing if you're uh, going to insist on playing it the same way you used to. You need to actually make sure you have enough resources to be good on attack. It's easy to get jammed up. Is Wampa any good at Relic 10 and Kyber 1? Probably not. It's I can't really see it as I can't really
No.
see it happening anytime soon. It took me a long time to make my Wampa Relic 9. There were a lot of other priorities. It would be the same. Be the same.
Not, I will say this: in 3v3, you will against most of my opponents, they have set teams that I could have possible. But why risk it when I have infinite teams? From where I'm at. But yeah, there are people who set GG on me last threes, and I could have theoretically wamped it. But man, what happens if that goes south and you lose because it went south?
Mhm.
But yeah, to Tass's point, Wampa just doesn't really have a place in the meta right now.
Yeah. When they have their cron Wampa, like the one that was out previously, yes, absolutely. But that's only at that specific instance now with just the way with all the teams and just all the crons and what they do and stuff. I mean, it's just really hard to find those opportunities at that level to use, Womp. Yeah, it's just as Dagger said, you're taking a risk because if it goes south and it goes pear-shaped, you are boned.
Yeah. Now, Rock Gunner says,
Lady.
I just don't trust my ability to clear 15 teams. Even if I set absolutely nothing on defense, My 15th best team is probably awful. This is why you're going to have to scout and see how good it is, because essentially
Or
when you're short on resources, there's two ways to fight, and I don't even think that one of them is viable right now because of set 25. But essentially, you're either cheesing, where any of your challenging teams are bottom and top front, right? If they get through that bottom front, it's just a whole bunch of crap back there and they can have it. That's one way. The other way is you set enough of a defense on either top or bottom front wall such that they are unable to clear both of those. You've put down so much that they can only clear one half of the board, and you're betting that you can clear more in whatever way you think you can. I don't know that there is a defense that can be put down that
No.
cannot be overcome right now, like that. So
honestly,
go ahead.
honestly, the very best advice I don't mean to interrupt, but
No,
the
go
very
ahead.
best advice I can give you, the very, very best is you figure out what you want to save and set whatever the fuck you want to set. And you find out round one if you can clear with what you saved. It's all going to be
And
trial and error for you. Like, you can scout as much as you want, but if you're in these new waters where you have to kill 15 teams,
get used to it.
yeah, just save whatever you can / want and just see what you can do. Just make this week a bunch of experiment.
And
Like, Cass is right,
experience.
you want to scout, but sometimes, like, it sounds like you're at enough of a disadvantage where scouting might not even matter.
And that's okay. Just get practice in. Practice your best teams. Practice your offense teams. Practice
Yeah.
doing this stuff that maybe you're not used to. Get, and embrace the uncomfortable, because that's the only way you're going to get past, that point and just go in and not think about it and just,
Yeah.
as you get your stuff, start rocking and rolling.
Yep.
Yeah, Relic 10
R10
Malgus. Relic 10 Malgus would
pretty
be
mediocre.
probably pretty cool, Reds fan, but also not a high priority. Sorry, go ahead, Derek.
Oh no, sorry, I was just answering the same question. I think it's pretty mediocre considering a lot of the things it's fighting with currently for most players. Like, it comes down to, would I do that or would I do like Vader? The answer is not Malgus. So Malgus is probably somewhere in that 25 to 30 range, 20 to 25 range, somewhere in there. The problem is that tanks don't actually get like that much from R10. At least tanks that don't need tenacity.
All right. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I have been streaming for 9 hours. I am calling
to
it
sleep.
a night. But it's good hanging out with all you guys, and I wish you guys the best. Happy weekend. Happy Friday to everybody.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead, Tess.
I'm gonna say thank you so much for dropping in and offering up your precious liver cells for the cause.
Always glad to do it, especially for you, Tess. So I'm going to bed. Love you guys. Salute.
Appreciate you. Take care.
Good night.
Everyone.
Yeah, folks, we'll do a couple more questions here, but as I finish up these last couple missions, I'm gonna go to bed like pretty much right after.
Yeah, so Tico, I don't have him ranked that much around. I have him ranked at 21st. So kind of around the same spot.
We have you hijack, change your spot.
But agreed on the sentiment. It's hard to justify putting an R10 on your 21st best team that doesn't move the needle in many, if any, matchups. I am extra basic, Lady Geek. My favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip.
Chocolate overload would. Can't even get that any.
Yeah, so Tico, the problem with the Malgus ranking is that Malgus is about as good as like 3 or 4 other teams. So you basically just have to rank them with their like offensive utility. And I think Malgus just has better offensive utility than a couple of the teams that I would rank around. Like it's just it's like I would put Malgus on par with like BKM, but I think I have BKM just one spot ahead of it.
There we go. Got Dagger in now.
I don't even know what shot would. I don't even know. Oh, I have Gungan's like 24th. Yeah, that's fair. I have Trey up after Malgus because I feel like its offensive flexibility isn't quite as high, and I have Gungan's at like 24th because they're good right now because they're being propped up by a Datacron set. A full list, Zavor? No, but I can. I have it ranked in game in a squads tab, and I move them based on how I do it about once every 2 weeks. But I can put together something if people are actually curious about like how I would rank the teams. I usually rank them with the current Datacron sets, so it'll change pretty wildly from season to season. Mm-hmm. Also, yeah, I'm with Tico on that, man. If mint chocolate chip is one of your least favorites, I will take it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one myself. So again, more for you. Good. Rick Frack says, "Dang, you're still live. Glad I made it. What's happening? Just wrapping up the last few TB fights and then packing it in, man. We've been at it, like you said. So trust me, it's been a good long haul. A lot of questions getting answered, and yeah, that's it, man." So Tico says,
sorry. I'll say the problem with Tico is that if we did like a top 25 like college football thing, just like in the college football rankings, we would have people who have no business having an opinion getting an opinion. Yeah, and Associated Streamers top 25 like college football. Yeah, there's some people that get to vote on college football rankings who like don't even watch college football. So I'm good on that.
Yeah, you got me dead to rights on that one, Stelios. Next Omicron ranking task, been 6 months. You gonna wait till the 1 year mark? Yeah, man, that's the thing with content that needs to be updated, man. It does need to be, does have maintenance required, doesn't it?
You know what? I can probably help expedite that by sending him my suggestion of changes. Because he'll generally ask a handful of people for their thoughts, and if I'm just a little more proactive about submitting my thoughts, maybe that will...
Take care, Reds fan. Thanks for tuning in, man.
One,
have a good night.
Yeah. All jokes aside, though, because I know it's been a very popular thing that's been asked for.
Yeah, I will update it. I will.
I would, Lady Geek, 100% would. Anything that requires any effort from myself or anything that I own that goes towards work goes on my time card.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, she said my work upgrade is still going on to run for 4 more hours. If I go to bed now and check it in the morning, can I still put those 4 hours on my timesheet? I would.
Would I?
But yeah, if Tass is so inclined, I'll shoot him I'll try to type it up this weekend, probably Sunday, and I'll post it in the Tass house for people. That'll give you an incentive to be a patron.
Sure, we can look at that. I can look at well, I have to find the chart, the template that I used to make it. I have to find where that is and log back into it and start rearranging it.
Well, I was saying the top 25 teams list.
Sure. Okay, yeah, that can be a separate conversation as well. But that's the type of content. Maybe you should put out that video on your own YouTube for that, Dagger. Like, I'd be happy to be, just like how you sat in on the How To Mod series, I'd be happy to sit in with you on it. But, like, for me, I think that requires a lot more maintenance. I think even more than, like, the GAC Omicron tier list. Like, you're going to be talking about this not less than once a season, like...
That's why I was saying that I have it like in my in-game like squad tab, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do it
yeah. I get it.
myself.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I would probably update it. I don't even know if I'd like here's the thing. It wouldn't even be like a video as much as it would just be here's a list of teams I have as the top 25. There's no explanation. It's not really open for questions, but here you go.
Yeah.
Right?
You
Like
could definitely make a pretty fair list that a lot of people could go off from where these teams will never truly fall out of the meta now. Like
no, that's
they
also fair as ever. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, why don't you do that? Why don't you just take screenshots of your squad tab, drop that in the cantina chat or something?
No, that's true, Sotico. Yeah, as long as I start it, I can edit it. You know what I mean? That's the thing, and that's what I need to do. It is. I wanted to make a video on it, but then I was just like, I'm not trying to commit myself to making one video a week based off the top 25 teams because that's basically what it would take, right? Because it would change weekly.
True.
Not
True.
drastically, obviously, unless it was a new cron set coming out or one expiring. But yeah, just yeah, I can definitely at least type it up.
Sure.
And if people have questions, I can answer questions. But yeah, that's the other thing too is I know that if I do it, I'm like, how do I phrase this? Like, it doesn't. I'm not required to defend any of my positions,
Hmm.
but you know, it would. The moment you make something like that, you do actually open yourself up to have to defend some of your position.
Yeah.
Um.
I mean, trust me,
So
every time I do that GAC Omicron tier list or anything else that I'm working on like that, where I put a lot of time into it, there are always some just, in my opinion, very out of touch comments. And, you just ignore them.
very very generous way to put it.
Yeah, yeah. Out of touch is one way. I think you used the term unqualified earlier.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
there are a lot of those, but it's one of those things where you can tell the difference between somebody who has an opinion, but they haven't convinced themselves that you're an idiot, versus the people that it's like, wow, I can't believe you would do this because this is obvious the thing to do. It's like, yeah, you're wrong. This is a long fight as well, but nowhere near as long as that other one. Thank God.
Yeah. Just
Oh yeah,
I'd be
that's a
willing
cool
to.
idea. See, we need Dagger to get back onto his own content creation journey, and it'd be great for him to have something like that. His own thing. He could do his own weekly teams thing. It's
Here,
like a 5-10 minute video. He could have me
I
pop in for one, for Tico pop in for another, have different other, content
I
creators guest in for that. That'd be nice.
I need you to understand that I do want to start putting out more content and start streaming more.
Hmm.
And I did some streaming last year just to get the bugs worked out of the system so I can actually go live.
Hmm.
But the plan was not to actually start. I mean, it I will be hard pressed to make significant amounts of content, if any, for the next few months still.
Hmm.
So, just based off obligations in my real life.
And you heard it here
However,
first. Dagger gives nothing but excuses and wears women's clothing poorly.
first off, it's never poorly. I can walk in heels.
It's bitch. You should see me in heels. Fantastic.
All jokes aside, though, like I do want to put more out.
Mhm.
So
Good. Do it then.
yeah, it's just finding the time, and I could be doing it right now,
You could
but
be. You drop in on my stream a lot for somebody who doesn't have the time. I'll tell you that right now.
there's a difference between having the time and having the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I am not a lumberjack. I am not a lumberjack. I just live in the Midwest, and the highs are below zero.
Problem with
So this is the
heels
time of
that they
year.
don't hold as much liquid. Is this
That
because you're frequently pissing down your leg? Like, what are we doing
is
here?
this is like a shoey comment. Like I'm good.
Oh
I feel like this is
no.
a shoey.
Yeah, that's marginally worse. Because if you're
Yeah.
just pissing down your leg, at least the piss is on the ground. What happens when you drink beer that has been filtered through? God only knows how much foot sweat.
Yeah. One thing I will do. One thing I will say is my initial plan is to put it out once per month and then edit it as I go. And I won't announce changes to the edit. You'd have to check.
Sure.
But that's my goal, is to put it out. I don't know if I'll make a video for the first one, but I'll touch base. Just like I said, DM me on Discord, Tico, and I'll ship you my list. You can ship me yours. I'll reach out to somebody else and I'll put a list out, and I'll update it weekly. Probably won't make any big hullabaloo about it, but I can at least start getting that done.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
part of it is
Kabuto.
just motivation.
Yeah, pea shui. I mean, you might even argue that might even be healthier than the average. It's just it's a dread world that we live in where people drink alcohol out of used footwear, but he's not the first and he won't be the last. And time of the times, man.
Yeah, you know what?
Hmm.
I could probably I don't know if this would be something you wanted to even do, but one thing that I could do is once I get it done this week, you could actually put it on plotting and scheming as just like a slide,
You sure could.
because then based off the meta analysis that we have, we can, well, maybe not do it in that moment, but
What I could
those
do is
conversations we have.
you could have your if you have your screen up with your teams, or if you find a template maker that puts it all on one screen in a way that you like, whatever. We could have you. I could just stream your screen during plotting and scheming, and you can just move things around as we're talking right there on camera.
Yeah, because like those legitimately those questions we have during our meta analysis during the plotting and scheming podcast are when I will frequently be tinkering my teams up or down based off our conversations.
Sure. Yeah. Why would you use used footwear prime for exactly? Yeah, that's what I want to know.
No,
Why would you use used
yeah.
footwear? But I confirmed this with Ranger that they do. They do. This is. I don't know how used, how rigorously used we're really talking here, but I confirmed that a used shoe is used
Oh,
for shoeies, and
Stinky said for flavor.
that's what foot people would say.
That is gross.
Foot people are out there, man.
Yeah, at no point have I thought like, you know what? I want to drink out of a dirty shoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
At no
I'm
point in my life have
I'm
I ever
neither
had that
attracted
thought.
to nor repulsed by feet. Like feet for me are like your elbow skin. Like yes, you have it. Yes, I have feet. Yes, you also have kneecaps. Like it doesn't really do anything. But knowing that somebody's out there, like yes, I do want to drink alcohol out of a used shoe, not because I'm doing it for charity, but some people are doing it for the love of the game. I won't put that on Ranger. He's usually doing it for charity, but the ones who are lost to us, yeah, they're the ones that are in it for the love. I had to buy a
Thick
new pair of
thighs.
shoes after Gambit put on a Make Prime do a shoey as a redemption.
Yeah, I will just say the thick thighs save lives.
Whole day in hell. The best you guys have gotten me to do, and this was like for a great hype train, is to dance and make myself look like a dumbass. Not drinking a goddamn bit of nothing
Yeah,
out of used
there
footwear.
there is evidence on YouTube, or maybe it's just Twitch, of Tass attempting to do the Dougie.
Oh, it was really bad too. Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
was
was
really bad.
I hated it. I hated every second of it. But that was my offering to the people.
There's
Bad.
also him doing the truffle shuffle.
No, I didn't do that. You asked if I
It
would,
well,
but I refused.
okay, first, okay, hold on. It wasn't the Truffle Shuffle, but he was asked to do a dance, and it just ended up being the Truffle Shuffle.
Oh, man. Kiss my ass.
That's essentially what it ended up being, was you just doing the Truffle Shuffle.
And you can kiss my ass.
Look, there have been good times, man. There have
And
been a
we
lot of good
both.
times on your stream. That's what the folks should take away from this.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been lucky to be a part of a lot of them,
True.
or present for most of them.
Oh my God, we made it.
This is the worst. This is honestly the worst day of TB.
Sure.
No, I mean just length of battles.
Fair.
But yeah, a lot of the time I come hang out with you when you're streaming is because I'm just winding down for the night. I have already done all of my duties as an adult.
Past
Like,
this
I get why
truffle
you haven't done a
shuffle.
lot of the mod videos. I get why you fell behind on those mod videos. Sorry, what?
Past us truffle shuffle, is that on YouTube? I mean, technically yes, but I'm not going to help you find it. How's that sound?
I will say that it was literal years ago, and that won't help you. But it was literally years ago.
True, I was there. I didn't understand all that fight against Crate, but it seemed long and boring. You just don't want the dots to stack up too high on you, man. Those dots will kill you. You just gotta hit the crate every few turns to drop your dot stacks and let you just live that much longer. That's all.
But yeah,
R9
I get why you fell
BB2.
behind.
Yeah, I did have BB2. I actually have those omis. I'm just used to doing it with Sith Eternal. Because I'm a dinosaur.
I do also understand why you fell behind on your mod videos.
Why is that?
Oh, just I've had several ideas of videos that I want to make, and then I sit down to make them, and then I'm just like get disrupted twice, and it's like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, you're out of the mood.
Really
You're out of the
demotivating.
mood for it. Like you were in a creative mood. You had a vision that you were ready to start working on, and then it's like, you know, if I'm going to get interrupted every 5 minutes, I can't think about how I even want to talk about this. It's tough.
Yeah, like I was gonna surprise stream one of my GAC rounds last round, and I went to go sit down, and I went to go boot what was about to boot up, and then I got bothered to go do something for one of the kids, and then I went back to sit down, and it's like, hey, can you empty the litter box? And I was like, you know what? Fuck all this.
Fair. Yeah. Hey, have a good night, Zavor. Thanks for tuning
Yeah, have a good
in.
one, dude.
You miss the old days of Sith Raid and Tank Raid, Stinky? They're okay. I
don't miss the tank raid. The tank raid was ass. Sith raid was at least interesting.
I was ready to be done with both of them, so it's not really that big of a deal to me.
Well, the end of the Sith raid when we were doing like SLKR solos,
Yeah,
and we were doing like clone solos. Those aren't the days I'm talking about. I'm talking about back when, you know,
still
we were
fighting
doing
it out.
JTR lead in P1 and Aura lead in P3.
I hear
And then
you.
you would make sure to leave like 5% of P3 up, so you could have two people go in and simultaneously Deathstorm all of P4.
Fair.
Right? I miss that.
Frick frack. I don't miss doing the Sith Raid under the table at family events. Ah, man, that feeling, that greasy feeling. You should be spending time with grandma, but instead you're, beating in another old woman's face in a video game.
Bro, the amount my children have bad habits because I played Swuggo. If you play on your phone at the kitchen table, the kids are just gonna bring their tablets. Yeah, but they don't get to do that. Well, you can't stop them. Like, yes, I can. And then I eventually just stopped putting in the effort to stop them because I had to do my fleet arena and my squad arena climb.
We made it to the end, folks, and I am pretty well beat. Before we go ahead and wrap this up, and we'll do it in an expedited fashion today, Dagger, thanks for joining. Anything you want to say to the people before we dip out?
Because it's your platform, no. but you should Google what's going on in Minnesota.
Sure, I will. I gotta fix that camera aspect. Oh, I see on your side. My bad. All
That's
right.
all good.
Hey, Stelios, good seeing you. Yeah, Tico, Frick Frack, Prime Force, Lady Geek, all Kabuto, all Stinky, a Swugga player, all you guys that stuck around here. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Let's go ahead and see about rating guys. Oh yeah, let me just drop all the regular links. You guys know all the good stuff. There's a link to the Discord, link to YouTube. Link to the what is it? All the other stuff: the Cash App, the PayPal, and the
And one last thing
Patreon.
before we and one last thing before I go, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
I really appreciate all of you for supporting Tass, who is a good friend of mine, and he just pops up for random streams, and he just had 50 people watching him, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, we got to help people.
So I
That's
appreciate
good.
all y'all.
We got to help people. We even had a hype train, so they give back. It's good. But I like doing these. I like that. I want to say during last off season I didn't do a chill stream, so I felt like I would redirect anybody around for heroes. Not at this ungodly hour, so sorry, YouTube folks. It's going to come to a sudden end. Same category. Anyone yet alive? Hail Hydra's around. I know we raided into him before. Let's go ahead and set that up. All right, starting up the raid. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. Of course, as always, thanks to my patrons and supporters. You guys are very much what allows me to fully engage with everything in the new era system. And I am on track to get the 7-star mall. Really could not afford to do that without you guys. So thank you. It does mean a lot. And I'm glad you guys enjoy these chill streams, doing these Q&A things. This is a lot of fun for me. Take care, and until next time, it's been real. It's been awesome. It's been real awesome. Have a good one.